Here to Real Sports Live, the site of tonight's matchup in Edinburg, Texas. The visiting Eagles and the home team, the Vela Saber Cats, in a District 31 6A matchup, the last of many here in this season, as I am here accompanied with John Trevino, one of our other commentators. He decided to join me for tonight's game, and we're going to be doing it and giving it to you together here tonight. Two teams and a lot at stake. Mission looking to enter the playoffs, currently close in the standings. They're second right now as they creeped up to second last week as Bobcats lost that game. And here they are against the number one seed, the Edinburg Vela Saber Cats, as they take the field. John?
Brandon, how's it going, man? It's always nice to work. We've known each other for a long time. Actually, this is my first game with you in this press box on a Thursday night. So, it's always fun to be back, especially where I first started. So it's nice to be back.
It's always fun. As you mentioned, it is our first game tonight. We have not called the game together. I mean, we've been at games together where you're down there writing a story on the team, and I'm up here in the booth. Whereas we look back at these two teams, the competition they faced to get here, what stands out to you the most?
The one that stands out the most is that Mission has not played PSJ North yet. PSJ North, they're one of those teams who's riding. Only loss is to Vela. Only loss for Mission is Edinburg High. Edinburg High got defeated last week by Edinburg North, so that pushed Edinburg High down in the standings. But Mission High having to run the gauntlet late in the season. Last 2 weeks they got to play Edinburg Vela and PSA North back-to-back weeks.
That's true. Yeah, big competition for these Eagles as they're going to be on kickoff return first. They won the toss. They deferred it to the second half. No, I believe they're kicking off. Excuse me. The Vela deferred it to the second half. So we're going to see the Vela offense first. Last week I was covering them when they played the Economies Jaguars, and they have some return specialists. One that pointed out to me the most was number 7, Justin Navarro. He was on punt return. He almost took 2 back to the house, but they called back on flags, on blocking the backs. And we see him. He's back there accompanied by number 1, Pablo Rivera, as well. So the opening kickoff is underway very soon here in the gateway to the RGV, Edinburg, Texas, here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. Welcome all on Real Sports Live. Kick is away. A pooch down to the 10-yard line is going to sail out of bounds when the flag comes in.
Yeah, so this is a Vela offense, extremely dangerous. Right now, key players, and I had a hard time keeping track of who was who, just because there's so many players. They've got 4 offensive weapons, not including the quarterback. Chase Campbell, commander-in-chief on this offense. He'll turn around, give it to Galvan. That's Ted Galvan, number 27. Looks like Edinburg Vela electing for a re-kick here. But on the outside, it's going to be Carlos Temez, Pablo Rivera, and Justin Vega. All 3 extremely dangerous, can score at any time.
And that is very true. Last week when we were here covering them, we saw them all score at all phases of the game. Even when the backups came in, they were still putting points on. So this is a Vela team that has depth, and they've had depth for the longest time. How does John Campbell do it?
It's just one of those things where he has really good middle school programs. He's a good coach in the middle school. And his way to progress the players from when they come in as freshmen to senior year to their senior year is just astonishing. It's something that I wish I could have been a part of. I know you caught the early signs of it, but it's just something that it's good. It's special finishing through from your freshman to your senior year with this coach.
Yeah, it's something, and it's a process as well. So kicking off once again is going to be number 50, Santos Moreno. As the kick is underway, another pooch one out of bounds once again. We'll see if Coach Campbell elects to have another re-kick. As we are going to turn it over to the official for the call. And another re-kick it is, John. So we have more time to talk about these teams. Enough about Vela. Let's talk about this Mission High School defense. They're led by defensive back Luis Briseño and also linebacker Luis Baldera. So 2 Luises in the backfield, or in the back 7, we could say, for the Eagles. Let's talk about them a little more.
Yeah, no, they really fly around. Balderas is a backer who works extremely well sideline to sideline. Very tough to get around him. So Vela's going to have Vela's offensive line has a mission of getting to the second level and getting to him fast.
Yeah, we look back at that Bobcat game that they played against it, which is their only loss in district play. It was a 31-14 loss, and it wasn't so much of a show out for them, and it was an upset, as most people thought it was going to be Bobcats or Mission on the winning side of things, and they just came out with full control, full effort of the game the whole way through. So kick number 3, here it is. They had to switch kickers. That was number 15, Danny Montes, their actual kicker. And it's going to get fielded by Clau, and it's going to go past the 50. So now the Vela offense, that's not a good place if you're a defense where you want them starting, John.
Yeah, it's extremely great field positioning for them. Like we mentioned, they have all those weapons, so it was likely, especially with momentum on their side due to a couple penalties, and then the great starting field position, we could see them take a shot early.
And we're not surprised if they do. Leading the quarterback, or leading the field, leading the offense once again, is number 15, Chase Campbell. A lot about him, a lot of hype about him throughout the season, and we can say one thing, that the hype has been real. He's in the backfield with Ted Galvan and Pablo Rivera for the first snap of the game. It's going to be a play-action pass, and like you said, a shot down the field, down the left side. It is incomplete, as that would have been a huge one for the Saber Cats. That was for Justin Vega, a senior wide receiver for the Saber Cats.
And that's going to be Gael Rodriguez on the coverage, an early pass breakup, and a huge one because that could have shaped up how the game would have been almost all game.
Yeah, and then taking a shot deep and having momentum on your side that early is a big step. I know we've had our fair share of games where we've had momentum quick as well, and it just turns the game around and puts the defense morale down. But this is a team from Mission that's led by Coach Daniel Longoria, who's a very relentless coach and always fights to finish, is one thing he preaches. So 2nd and 10, handoff to Rivera down the right-hand side, cuts it back outside once again, and it's going to be tackled in bounds. It's a nice little pickup. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 6, we'll say. 3rd and 5, a 5-yard gain there for Rivera.
Yeah, so out goes Clau. Clau plays the H-back slash tight end, and then bring in Galvan. So Galvan likely going to be the lone back in the backfield, and we'll see a pass attempt here from Campbell.
That's another guy that can also get it. He mostly gets it down to the goal line, and that's their power back. So here he is, 3rd and 5. Galvan flares out, gets the pass as well. Open space and green grass. A block down the field, but he's going to step out of bounds with a 1st down and more. As it stops the clock with 11:05 here in the first. And the ball's going all the way down to the Eagles' 22-yard line. So a 1st and 10 as they are 2 yards away from the red zone here. What do we look for here, John?
Yeah, we'll likely see so now it's Clow in the backfield, double tight end set here. Could see a jet sweep, or now they're going to motion Rivera in the backfield, so it's going to be power Rivera to the left side more than likely.
We have our Tony Romo, color commentator, left side for Pablo Rivera, but gets swallowed up quickly, as that is going to be number 22, I believe. It's actually number 29 from up here. That's one of our star players we mentioned, Luis Valderas, a linebacker for the Eagles, who made the play there.
Yeah, so Rivera looking for a hole, just not much to do there. Like I said earlier, Valderas is extremely well-rounded as a linebacker. Plays extremely well in pass coverage and flies sideline to sideline.
There we are, 2nd and 10. That last run went for nothing, as the Saber Cats are faced once again with a 2nd and 10. Chase motions Galvan to the left-hand side, and here's another stretch play to the left. Has blocks, but once again gets tackled quickly. And there he is, Valderas once again, John. He started off on the left-hand side as the play went to their right. The play went to his right side. He started on their left, and he just flew around the field. Like you said, he plays sideline to sideline, and there's a perfect example of that once again.
Yeah, the offensive line for Edinburg is going to have their hands full all night, just trying to reach him in the second level.
So 3rd and 7. Once again, another 3rd down for Vela. Last time it was a 3rd and 5. A play action pass to the right-hand side. Quick slant out as that pass is incomplete. And the Eagles defense comes out with a huge 3-and-out here, as the kicking unit, the field goal unit, is going to come onto the field for the Saber Cats. John, when you hold a team and offense like this to 3, what kind of confidence does that put in your defense, and does that transfer over to your offense to get down there and at least put up a touchdown against a team like this?
Absolutely, especially the fact that Vela did start at the 48 after a couple penalties on special teams. Defense able to regather composure and ultimately hold them to a field goal here.
The field goal is up, and it is no good. That is wide left. That was number 41. on the kick, Job Juarez, as the Saber Cats are now going to start on defense. Their first drive, a 3-and-out. They ended up with no points, John. If they had an opportunity at a field goal, looked like maybe about a 30, 40 yarder from up here. And now here comes the Eagles offense, led by quarterback Kevin Guerra.
Yeah, so Guerra, the transfer from Rio Grande City, was able to cover him against Edinburg North, where he was able to flash his late game heroic, scoring with about 40 seconds left. So huge game for him there. Look for him to have another huge one here.
And we'll see if that's the case. Vela good on defense too. A handoff down the middle as he has green grass and space. And that is going to be number 21 on the carry, Rigo Martinez. They penciled him in on our roster up here. So he was a last-minute addition or just a last-minute number change. And a lot of teams do this. They change numbers just right before the game so the other team doesn't know who's in the backfield and who's where.
Yeah, it's mind games all around, and especially before the game.
Exactly. There he is. Guerra hands it off back once again to Martinez. Shakes a tackle but gets shoelaced down by number 9 of the defense. That's Jackson Shoup, I believe. Well, that was actually number 8, excuse me. The 8 looks like a 9 from up here. That's Joshua Garcia, their defensive back. As we head under 9 minutes here in quarter number 1, it's a 2nd and 8 for the Eagles.
Yeah, so defensively for the Saber Cats, it's going to be their man in the middle. It's number 32, Ryan Rodriguez. He'll fly around. It's a great game to be a linebacker here with Valderas and Rodriguez.
There's Guerra once again, the handoff as he gets drugged down from the back. A huge tackle there. As we look for that, can't see the number from up here. John, did you catch it? It might be number 25. Yeah, Gilbert Escobedo there, defensive lineman, making a tackle in the backfield. It's always good when you can have a defense and a lineman at that who can just shake off the offensive line, the block sheds, and just get in the backfield, make a big tackle. They lose a yard, and it brings up a 3rd and 8. Guerra changing the play, looking to the sideline. We'll see if...
Yeah, so passing situation here. Look for Duffner at the top of the screen to pin his ears back, get after the quarterback.
And here he is once again, dropping back to pass, the left-hand strike, and that goes incomplete. And the coaches up here in the press box next to us are the Eagles, and they're looking for a holding or a pass interference, but that was number 7, Justin Navarro, their star punt returner, and also making a play here on the defense that forces a 3-and-out for the Saber Cats, or for the Eagles, and he is back to return as well.
Yeah, no, excellent job from Vela's defense, able to force that 3-and-out. So back-to-back defensive stops to start off this ball game.
So there's Navarro. Almost had 2 to the house last week against the Jaguars, and here he is. The punt is away, and it's a good one. As he's going to field it, muffed it, but on his luck, it rolls out of bounds. And they're going to mark down the Saber Cats at about the 36-yard line, maybe around the 35. And they're going to start their second drive here. 7:45 exactly left to play here in quarter number 1. And the Saber Cats are on drive number 2.
Yeah, look for them to establish some run game here. And then eventually, once they get about 15 to 20 yards, they'll take a shot down the field or run a play-action pass and play.
Run game is something that if you establish that early for a lot of teams, you can always go to the play action later. And we saw it was kind of different. They went to the play action first and then the run game. So we'll see what they decide to do here if the roles are reversed. It's Campbell once again in the backfield with Galvan. He drops back to pass, has a receiver open. It is Vega with the catch and a huge one down to the opposite side in Eagle territory. Justin Vega with a huge catch as the offense for the Saber Cats rolls down the field, and that's a momentum shifter right there for the Saber Cat offense. And for the defense, well, they're back where they left off in their own territory, looking for another 3-and-out and try to hold them to 0.
Yeah, huge job, Vega and Campbell. It's a connection, especially on the deep ball, that we'll see all night.
Handing it off to Galvan, the left-hand side. He's going to cut it inside, but he's going to be swallowed up quickly. The Eagles are there for the tackle. Looks like number 20 might be the safety. It looks like exactly number 20. That is Gabriel Voda making a tackle there from the safety position. Campbell, 2nd and 6. Vela offense, another one. Play action pass. He's going to roll out to the right-hand side. A comeback for Vega. Keeps his feet in bounds, but he's going to be out of bounds once again. The tackle there is Adalber del Angel. That's the tackle there. It's a corner playing for the Eagles. We're about 6:30 here. Left in quarter number 1. The clock stopped because he rolled out of bounds. So another 1st and 10 for the Saber Cats. They've had nothing but first downs here. John, just 1 second down. They converted. Here's Vela trying to reverse field. The Eagles are there. It's like they already know what play they're running before the play's even snapped.
Yeah, and that takes work from film and learning the formations. But the Eagles' defense is flying around the football right now. There's no doubt about that. They're doing an excellent job filling the holes and beating the offensive lineman at the line of scrimmage.
No pun intended with flying around, right? 2nd and 12 as Rivera loses 2 yards on that last carry. They have 17 yards away from pay dirt, and it's just going to be Clow and Campbell in the backfield. As we're going to have a false start on the offense. Actually, it's going to be Vega on the far side. Here's the official with the call. Also hear the band from Mission. They're right next to our crowd mic, and they're having a grand old time. And hey, why not? Their team got a 3 and out, but their defense needs to step up big. It's a 2nd and 17. John, we know that Vela can do a deep ball and get a first down quickly, but do your plays shrink when you're here in the red zone and you're only 22 yards away? Yeah,
no, definitely. We'll likely see another comeback route from Vega or Tamez up top. We could see the old triple option they've beginning to use a lot lately.
There's a play-action pass. You said the comeback route, but it's a different receiver, and it's almost intercepted by the defense. A huge play there. It would have been a change of pace. That was intended for Carlos Tamez, but it was number 2, Gael Rodriguez, on the defensive coverage there on the nice. I mean, he knew the route was coming. You see the play action. If you watch the film, you can watch the quarterback and see what play he's doing or look at his eyes, and that was a good read on the receiver right there. Puts us at 5:23 here in quarter number 1 and a 3rd and 17.
Yeah, so could look for Vela to get about half as they are loading the box here.
Handing it off. Rivera makes a man miss, cuts it back outside, has blocks as well, and shakes off another one, and he is in for a touchdown. 6 points for the Saber Cats. Somehow Rivera got out of that mess, and he got 6 out of it, John.
Yeah, no, just an excellent job from Rivera. He cut in, he cut back out, and follows blocks and found the end zone.
We have the replay. We're going to give it to you right now after the extra point attempted by Jav Wattis. Already has a missed field goal, but he's a lot closer, so this should be a lot easier. Kick is up, and it is good and through the uprights. Here's the replay. We're going to give it to you in full screen. There's Rivera, shakes one. Almost would have been a huge loss, but there he is, able to get back, and the linemen and the receivers blocking all the way down till the whistle blows. And that's something you want in an offense, and that's something that Campbell really preaches with his receiver. I know they have their receiver coach and their offensive coordinator, Jamal Taylor. You know, he had his fair run and he had his success, and there's only one way you, like, when you have success like that and you've played at the top of the top, you know what it takes to get there. And blocking as a receiver is one thing, but blocking downfield till the whistle blows is another, and it's a test to it. You just saw the play right there.
Yeah, no, it's an excellent all-around play for the Saber Cats. I was expecting them. I thought they were going to run the ball just to get a little bit closer, maybe get in the middle of the hash, set up for a field goal, but excellent job from the offensive line. Looked like they were able to put Balderas away on that play and keep him away from making the tackle, and Rivera did the rest.
Yep, and here we are. Kickoff for the Saber Cats, Juarez. So Saber Cats leading 7-0 as he puts that one away. It's going to be fielded at about the 5-yard line. A little bobbled. He's going to cut inside, make Saber Cats miss, but he's going to be down at about the 20. We're going to call that the 17-yard line, actually. The 16 to be exact. We're at 5:07 on the clock, and the Eagles are back on offense. A 3-and-out last time, John. What did we look for this time?
Yeah, look for them to include Guerra in the passing game and maybe have him run a couple plays. We'll see the read option a lot more than we did in that first drive.
First drive is to get the nerves out. It's a big game here. I mean, they're not playing for district. The Eagles can't do it, but they can knock off the Saber Cats from a perfect season as they come into this one 9-0. Their last game of the season at that. They got a bye week next week, and then the playoffs start. So here it is. Guerra in the backfield, but flags are thrown first. Here's the official on the call. Another false start. This time it's on the Eagles as they're going to be going back 5 yards. Already backed up at your own 16, and you go back 5 more. So now you're at your 11-yard line, John.
Yeah, now it's going to be extremely tough, especially with Vela's pass rush. You could see a max protect here if you wanted to throw the ball.
We're going to have Guerra in the backfield with a running back, probably Martinez. It's going to be a quarterback draw down the right-hand side just to get those last 5 yards. They lost on that last play. We'll see where it puts them. That's going to put them back to the original line of scrimmage as they are faced with a 2nd and 10. So QB draw, you get 5. You trust your quarterback. Now you're at a 2nd and 10. You lost it down, but it's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, no, Guerra's an extremely bigger kid. He stands around 6 foot, close to 190 pounds. And he's extremely hard to bring down with one person by himself.
Built like a fullback, but plays like an all-star at QB. Guerra dropping back to pass. The screen play, but he's going to launch it downfield. Has a receiver, but he threw it in the wrong direction as Coach Longoria rushes to the side judge and is looking for the holding, looking for the flag, but he's not going to get it as that sets up the Eagles with a 3rd and 10. I don't know if you saw something or we saw something that Coach Longoria saw down on the field. I mean, he's a lot closer than we are. It brings up a 2nd or 3rd and 11, 3rd and 10 with 4:21 left to play here in quarter number 1. A different pace of game that we usually see when the SaberCats play here at home, John. They got the home field advantage. But here's Guerra dropping back to pass to the right-hand side. The pass rush is coming like you mentioned, but he gets rid of it, and it falls incomplete. And another 3 and out.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure what the play was. It might have been a screen. I saw a tight end in the middle of the field, way beyond the line to gain, blocking downfield. So it could have been a screen that was just blown up by the SaberCats.
And the SaberCats can do that when, like we mentioned, watching film is something, and I know everyone, all the coaches, watch film, watch film, watch film. Now the question is, John, when you played, how much film did you actually watch?
I would spend about 3 hours a week on film.
3 hours a week?
Yeah, trying to...
I remember I played back with Coach Shelby, so he was all like, we got to get a good amount of hours in. I would take a nap, or I'll just go to sleep. I let the film roll all night, and that was my film for the week. Never watched film. Coach Shelby, if you're watching, sorry.
As an offensive player, you typically don't need to watch film because you're running the plays.
I don't know about all that. You got to figure out what the defense is doing. I mean, the quarterback could watch film, right? But here we are. The 3rd drive for the SaberCats, and look where they're starting, John.
Yeah, so a botched punt there. That's going to start the SaberCats at 25.
Not a good punt there by the Eagles, as that is one thing you can't do. I mean, the SaberCats haven't started to drive past their own 50. Well, they did that second one, and they got there back in one play, exactly where they're at now. But here they are in drive number 3, and another flag comes in. Eagles saying it's on Vela with a false start. We'll see what the official says. And it is a false start for the SaberCats. That pushes them back 5 more. So 1st and 15 is where they are standing right now at the Eagles' 30-yard line.
So that one's going to be incomplete. It's going to set up with a 2nd and 15 here. Try to hit Galvan out of the backfield once again, on that wheel route where they got the big first down on their last drive. Mission prepared for that one.
Yeah, so they're ready. You run the same play twice. Fool me one time, shame on you. But fool me twice, I put the blame on you. I'm quoting J. Cole, if anybody knows out there. But here we are. 4:09 and a 2nd and 15 for the SaberCats. Handoff down the middle to Clow. He's going to plow 4 forward back to the original line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for a 5-yard gain. So their fullback gets the 5-yard carry there and puts them back to the original line of scrimmage. As the clock rolls down, we're under 3:50 here in quarter number 1.
Typically one of the slower quarters we've covered, huh?
A lot of the slower quarters, you could say, especially when, well, no, because Vela had a slow game against PSJ. We just weren't there covering that game. But here we are. 3rd and 10. Campbell feeling the pressure, stepping up in the pocket. He's going to take off himself. We have a flag on the field as well. We're going to see what the officials saw. Probably a holding or probably another legal man downfield. It's either one of the two. Because we don't have that many games on our slate tonight. We're going to get to that in just a bit. There's the official making the holding signal. As that was holding on the offense. So that put him at a 3rd and 10. Coach Longoria is going to accept it, and now they're back with a 3rd and 20, John. They're probably out of field goal range here. So we need a shot down the field. Probably another one to Vega. We'll see what they do. Campbell, 3rd and 20, motioning over the tight end for extra protection. It's just going to be a handoff to Galvan, and he's going to do the rest. But he's going to get swallowed up quickly. That was number 29 once again. There's our man, Luis Valderas, as Cristia Hernandez, another defensive lineman assisted there. The linebacker, defensive line combo. That brings up a 4th and 16. The Saber Cat offense is going to stay on the field with a different play call. They know they're out of field goal range. What do you look for here?
It's just one of those situations where you're too far to kick, too close to punt. So you're likely taking a shot down the field here. You'll leave one of your tight ends in the block, and you'll keep plow as well.
Tight end blocking for sure. There's Campbell looking for a shot downfield. Has Tovar open, but he's not able to get there for a 1st down. But a flag does come in. He's short, but a flag. We'll see what happens. Some pushing and shoving down the field. We don't like to see that ever. As we're going to see what the play call was. Here's the official on the call. As they're discussing down the field, you see it as the head official's shooing the coaches away. Doesn't want them to get in on the conversation, but Longoria scooching in, trying to figure out what it is. John, what do you think it is with a flag that's thrown down near the 1st down marker?
It seems like it was on the tackle, so it could be a face mask or maybe a horse collar or something of that nature.
Yeah, if it's a face mask from the defense or a horse collar, bad tackle, well, that just sets up a 1st down for the Saber Cats. It might set up a 1st down. We'll see what the play call is. Here's the official on the call. On the field, and they were both for the Saber Cats. We had offensive pass interference, and then there was another one we weren't able to catch it on the tail end because the fans, I mean, the jump and joy, why not? You know, you stop the Saber Cats 2 out of 3 drives. They're only 7 points away, 1 score away, and your offense is back on the field showing promise.
Yeah, so I believe that last call was a personal foul after the play, so it's going to push up the Eagles up 15, and now they likely can take a shot play here. They're in a good spot. They're not backed into their end zone. So look for them to take a shot play here.
Better field position for the Eagles, and why not take a shot? I mean, your defense showing you can make a stop against a high-powered offense like Vela, one of the top in the valley. As pressure comes in quickly, Guerra rolls out of it. The ball's coming, but he's going to catch it out of bounds, way out of bounds at that.
Yeah, just excellent coverage there from Justin Navarro. Playing the typical defensive back. He was the safety left alone, and he pushed Josiah Guzman towards the sideline, eventually ran him out of bounds.
A little cover 3 blitz there. We had each safety doing his part, or at least it was a man blitz. I mean, we saw Navarro there, but he was playing in the safety position, so he rolled over, covered the receiver as it was number 6, Matthew Luna, who almost had a sack down there. Here they are, 2nd and 10. Why not take a shot on the first play? Here's the second play. Martinez gets it, and a big tackle there. That is Navarro once again shooting in from the safety position.
Yeah, Navarro's there, do it all, man. They're do it all men on defense.
That's a 4-yard gain for Martinez. It brings up a 3rd and 6. as we are about 2 minutes away from quarter number 1, from the end of quarter number 1. And a lot to take in this first quarter, John, for the Saber Cats and for the Eagles. I mean, positives on both sides of the ball. We're going to have a timeout called by the Eagles on a 3rd and 6 with 1:53 left to play. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
And we're back here after the timeout called by the Eagles with 3rd and 6, 1:53. Guerra's going to change the play at the line. Going to take the snap, read option. He's going to take it for himself as well. Defense is there quickly for it as they corral quickly. It was number 6. Once again, we called him earlier, Matthew Luna. Missed the sack as Guerra was able to get away as he took the shot downfield on the first play of the drive. And here you are, he gets a quick stop there, a 3-yard gain. It brings up a 4th and 3 for the Eagles, and they're going to be punting it away once again.
Yeah, so defensive first quarter so far. Both defenses flexing their muscles early.
Yeah, that's it's another kick. It didn't go so far, not where they wanted to. But when you're facing a punt returner like Navarro, I mean, you saw him there. He was going off the field. He's taking off his helmet and pissed because he knows he wants the ball. But as an offensive or as a special teams coordinator, you know you got to keep the ball out of the hands. It's like kicking to Deion Sanders. You got to get the ball. You got to keep the ball out of his hands. If not, it might go for 6. You never know.
No, yeah, that's an excellent point. Another thing is that Vela punt return team, they're not settling for a return. They're getting ready for a block, and they nearly got to it that time.
Exactly. Here we are, 1:11. Fix the clock. And the Saber Cats on drive number 4 here in quarter number 1. So 4 drives in 1 quarter. Campbell takes a snap, play action pass. A flag is down on the field as he snapped the ball. So it might be an encroachment on the defenses. They probably got a free play. We're going to see what the official calls there. Turn it over to him. It's going to be on the Saber Cats. It's going to be a legal man on the line of scrimmage, John. Not one that we hear every Friday or Thursday nights.
Yeah, that's just a miscommunication on who's on the line, who's not. Covered up the tight end. He went down the field for a pass. So that's something they'll get squared away, and we'll see the Vela offense back on the field right here. 1st and 15.
They lose 5 yards. A 1st and 15. Under a minute left to play. Campbell's going to hand it off to Rivera on the left-hand side. Has green grass. Makes one man miss, and pushing him out of bounds is number 28, Luis Briseño. That stops the clock with 43 seconds in quarter number 1. This is not going to be much if they don't move the ball here. It's going to be a quick flip on the field, John. They've got to flip sides after this. Second and 6. Campbell, play action pass once again. Here comes a comeback route, and the flag, there's none. Vega was looking for it, as it looks like he got tripped up or pushed a bit, but it was 20 on the coverage. Gabriel Cordova once again, but there is a flag down at the 50, right in the middle of the logo. Here's the official on the call. 5-yard loss. I intend to be a holding on the Saber Cats, John. They are pushed all the way back to their own, I'm going to say, 38-yard line.
Yeah, so continuing to shoot themselves in the foot. Now it's about 2nd and 20.
Second and 21 to be exact. Now you need a shot down the field here, or just one play and let it go down to the second quarter. Start with the fresh 12 minutes. Here's Campbell handing it off. A fumble on the field, and it's going to be recovered by the Eagles. And there's the official with the signal as that ball goes back. A fumbled handoff. John, not something we expected here on this play. At least we thought it was going to be a shot down the field. But here's the replay. We're going to give it to you in the full screen.
Yeah, so just a tough exchange there. Seemed like it hit Cloud on the shoulder pads, and it bounced right off.
That was the case exactly as the Eagles jump on it quickly. And now they have the ball. This is their best field position of the night. With 33 seconds left in quarter number 1.
So if the Eagles do want to take the shot, it's going to be right to Josiah Guzman.
There's a handoff from Guerra to Martinez. He's going to cut it back outside, but not a smart decision. But it's going to be another flag on the play. That was number 31 on the tackle for the Saber Cats. Ian Nova, senior linebacker. As we have another flag down. Now I wonder what this is on. Looks like the head official's going to Coach Campbell there for the Saber Cats. So it might be on the Eagles. It is going to be a holding, so it's going to set them back 10 yards. They had great field position. Now it just goes backwards. Penalties have been the name of the game, and it's going to be costly, and it's shown that it has been costly up until this point. Guerra has 2 receivers to the right plus a tight end. He's going to be dropping back to pass and swinging it out to Martinez. Actually, not Martinez. That's number 22. Juan Valdez, another running back on the roster.
Flag does come out late in the back end, toward near the pocket area. Likely going to be holding on the Eagles here.
Another holding it might be, because if that play stands and it's not on the Eagles, it's going to be a third and 9. But it is going to be another holding, so they're going to set him back 10 yards and replay second down. We have exactly 8 seconds left. It has been the longest 2 minutes of a first quarter that I've ever called, with flags being thrown left and right. As they're just going to take this down to quarter number 2, and we're going to take a break as they flip fields. We'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
You're watching Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
There's one of our sponsors of the commercials you saw. It was South Padre Island. So if you've got nothing going on a Saturday or a Sunday, I mean, it is Halloween, so why not go trick-or-treating down to the island? You never know who's going to be there giving out candy. We reset the clock with 12 minutes. And the Eagles start off the quarter number 2 with a 2nd and 25 at their own 46-yard line. Flags has played a big factor in quarter number 2. We'll see if anything gets cleaned up, and if it gets cleaned up, it'll more likely be after the half. There's Guerra dropping back to pass. Pressure comes quickly, but he gets the ball away as it falls incomplete, intended for Martinez. There's going to be a pretty long halftime talk for both of these teams, John.
Yeah, so quarterback hurry there, courtesy of Daniel Arce. Arce came flying at the last second, and Guerra barely able to get the ball off. It's going to be incomplete there.
Yeah, it puts us down at a 3rd and 25 now. Only 3 seconds shaved off on that first play. It looks like the punting unit's getting ready to get the ball back to the Saber Cat offense. RPO option with Guerra. He's going to have a man down, but Novato's there to cover it, and it's going to be incomplete, and there's no flag on the play. I know our crowd mic picked it up, and there's a fan down here in the stands who had a yellow towel when he threw the flag himself. So no flag call there on Novato. He's going to stay back there where the play occurred, where he broke up the pass, because he's going to be back returning the punt. It's going to be number 15, getting ready to punt it away, Danny Montes, once again for the Eagles. As Montes skyrockets that one. It's going to take a bounce at about the 40, and it's going to roll out there. So the Saber Cat offense back on the field, John, with drive number 5 of the game.
So they're leading 7-0, and they haven't really shown anything that shows that they can really move the ball against this defense outside of that one drive. But they need to figure it out here and get something moving, because the defense doing an excellent job. The defense doing an excellent job, and offensively, you want to try to help them out, get them some rest, and put together a long drive here.
Well, both of these defenses doing an excellent job up to this point. I mean, only one touchdown allowed, and with two teams who, I mean, can put a touchdown on the board whenever they really want to. So there's Campbell, play action pass rolling out to the right-hand side. It goes incomplete at Vega's feet, and that brings up a 2nd and 10.
So quarterback hurry there. That's going to be Jude Jaime, the outside linebacker there. Applies the pressure on Campbell as he was on the run.
Both teams, both defenses, two good sides of the ball, and both, I mean, we look at the Eagles offense and their past games, they can put drives together whenever they feel like it. And the Saber Cats, I mean, they just do it naturally. And on both sides of the ball, for defense as well, I mean, they've been stepping up big. And so, like you mentioned, a 7-0 ball game here with two teams like this. We thought it was going to be a Big 12 game where it's just a high-powered offense, but that's not the case. There's Campbell lobbing it over to Tovar. That's going to go for a short gain. Looks like it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6, maybe. And that is the case at the Saber Cats 44-yard line. We're getting an SEC type game here, John. Defense only.
Defense is the king so far. Saber Cats trying to figure something out, get some more points on the board for them.
Under 11 minutes now, 1 minute shaved off of quarter number 2. As Campbell's dropping back to pass, pressure's coming. He's gonna heap one deep to Vega, who's gonna overshoot him. As that goes incomplete once again. The shot downfield doesn't work, and the Saber Cat punt team is back on the field.
Yeah, excellent job from the Mission defense, holding the ground there, especially after another short punt. Mission defense doing an excellent job keeping the Saber Cats off the board.
Campbell wasn't able to get a good pass off there. I mean, you saw Mission, they sent the house. They trusted their DBs on receivers like this, and they sent the house, and there goes the pressure, and he just had to let it go. If not, he was losing at least 6 yards on that last play. Would have gone backwards. There's Vega punting it away, a nice skyrocket punt. It's just going to take a Saber Cat bounce, somewhat bouncing back to the Eagles side, and they're going to pick it up at the 11-yard line. Another drive backed up at their own goal line, John, for the Eagles.
Yeah, no. So we'll start off. Before anything starts off, we're going to have a couple of flag in the backfield. Seemed like it was pretty late after the play, but so it could be offsetting on both teams. The referee pointed at both of them immediately after what happened. But the Eagles defense the Eagles offense, needs to put something together. The RPO looked like it would have worked fine. He just took the shot down the field. Looked like he had a man open along the sideline. So just a little bit smarter decisions. Cleaning up the process here in the second quarter.
Yeah, not too sure what the official called there. He was kind of quiet on that last one. But it looks like the Eagles are going to take over at the 11 nonetheless. So probably, like you mentioned, offsetting penalties unless the official decides to move it up or down right now. Only 3 other games going around the Valley right now, John. We have San Benito at Brownsville-Rivera. Or did that one get changed to Brownsville-Porter?
No. So San Benito leading that one 30-0 over Brownsville-Rivera right now.
Okay. And we do have, of course, our game right here, Mission at Edinburg Vela. And we also have Mission Vets at Pioneer. So a couple games going around the valley, and we are streaming one of them. It's 10:47 here in quarter number 2 with a 1st and 10 at the Eagles 16-yard line. Handoff down to Martinez is going to get going back to the line of scrimmage, and it's just going to stay there. 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah, so that's on that tackle. That's going to be Nelson Garcia wrapping up with the line of scrimmage, able to shake off a block, put him in the defensive line position. He's playing inside about the 1 or the 3 technique, and he's able to shake off his blocker and make the tackle at the line of scrimmage.
Exactly that. Brings up a 2nd and 10 under, or close to about 10 minutes now. Flat. It's going to be a handoff once again to Martinez. That almost looked like he would have fumbled that, but he was able to secure it with both hands on the ball. And it's going to be your boy, number 99, coming off of that one. That's Jake Duffner on the tackle. As we had under 10. So 3rd and 7 here, a 3-yard gain for Martinez. The Eagles are in punting situation as their punting unit's ready. Guerra's dropping back to pass, has a receiver open, and he's going to overthrow him as well. That pass goes incomplete, and it would have been a huge one for the Eagles if they would have converted.
Yeah, so now we've seen it on both sides where they missed a couple deep shots down the field. Just got a tad bit too excited, tad bit overthrown.
Yeah, when you have a receiver open like that, I mean, especially against a defense like this, it probably would have put him down at the 50-yard line. And what, 50 yards to go? But that is not the case. They're faced with a 4th and 7, and Montes is back to punt once again for the Eagles. And Navarro back deep to receive the lone returner for the Eagles, or for the Saber Cats, excuse me. And that's going to take a Saber Cat bounce that's going back to the Eagles side. So it looks like the Saber Cats are going to take over at about the 46-yard line is where they're going to spot them with a 1st and 10. Now you see Coach Longoria going after the head official there, wanting a flag on that last play. Not sure what he saw, what we didn't. But he's not going to get it. 9:18. SaberCats back on offense. They'll probably get 2 more drives, maybe 3, the way this game's going. Here, there's Campbell dropping back to pass. Good blocking by the offensive lineman. Has a receiver open downfield, makes a man miss. That is Carlos Tamez cruising into the end zone for 6 points, and the SaberCats get another one. 13-0 is the score.
That's going to be a 36-yard strike from Campbell to Tamez. They hook up for the first time tonight, and that's going to equal 6 points for the SaberCats.
They would have had another one down the field, but it was incomplete on the first play of the game. The first shot they took as they're scrambling, looking for the kicking tee. They can't find it. As they got 7 seconds, they need to get it set up quickly. On the play clock, 2 seconds now. Get the snap off. The kick is up, and it is through the uprights. That puts them at 14. Here's the replay of the Campbell touchdown to Tamez.
So he finds Tamez over the middle, cover 2-beater there, makes the last safety miss,
Yeah,
walks into the end zone.
Exactly. The linebacker there couldn't keep up with the slot receiver. And if you're an offensive coordinator, you see that matchup, you're going to go for it every single time. So that's going to take us to a quick commercial break as both teams go back on the field with the kickoff. We're going to be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
A&M University Kingsville. We are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And we're back here, 9:18 left to play in quarter number 2. SaberCats got up by 2 touchdowns. As Tamez got a quick 36-yard striker, as you mentioned. Cover 2 beater. There's Juarez kicking it away, a deep one. He's going to let it go for a touchback. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 25-yard line. 9:10 to be exact on the play clock.
Yeah, so the Mission offense really needs to get something going here. They've been shut out. They had multiple 3-and-outs in this first half. Really nice to sustain a long drive, help their defense stay up the field for a bit.
We're going to see the Saber Cats can get another defensive stop here and see if the Eagles, they got something up their sleeve. I know Coach Longoria does. He's wearing a long sleeve shirt, a long sleeve white undershirt. So we'll see what he has snuck up there. He has one sleeve rolled up, his left one, but not his right one. So we're going to see. There's Guerra. Has a receiver. As he runs the wrong route, it's going to fall incomplete. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
So just a miscommunication there. You can see it on the screen. The tight end Guerra talking it over. It seems Guerra thought the tight end was going to be somewhere else.
That was probably intended for Fernando Ramos. It was going to his direction, but he took off on a fade route. Probably should have just been a 5-yard stop. That puts the Eagles at a 2nd and 10. Guerra dropping back to pass once again, stepping up, feeling the pressure, and gets tackled quickly. That was number 34, Demetrio Sanchez, a sophomore linebacker. Sophomore playing in a big game like this, and that just shows one of the ways that Campbell's going to have him for another 2 years.
Yeah, so the depth on this team is pretty well rounded. Sanchez came off the edge as a blitzing linebacker type of player there, but just the depth on this team is unreal, and they've done an excellent job defensively and offensively.
We got about 13 sophomores on the roster right now, so if you get the experience early, well, turn out to be pretty good later on. As we're down to 8:24, and a timeout gets called by Coach Longoria, and the Eagles are going to take one. That only means one thing to our viewers. We're going to take one as well. We're going to be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlem in the South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Hawks up!
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
And we're back here at Real Sports Live after the timeout. Only one more left for the Eagles here in this half. Guerra dropping back to pass, pump fake it. Didn't see the man he liked, but there he is. He opens up as his tight end, number 85 down the field. That is Eduardo Garcia on a huge reception there. Puts the Eagles with a 1st and 10 as they're close to the 50-yard line, the 44 to be exact. Eagles offense, no huddle. They're quick to it.
Yeah, trying to establish some rhythm. They finally able to hit his tight end there.
As Guerra's going to take that with a quarterback option. He's going to be drugged down quickly. That's Duffner once again as the helmet comes off along with it. Guerra's looking up and just be like, hey man, where's the flag? My helmet came off. You see him walking off the screen right there. And Longoria's gonna be like, hey, come on man, where's the flag? I didn't see what you saw. Now he's saying, get off the field, coaches. He's kicking everybody out. He's taking out Guerra. Helmet comes off on a play, you got to take a play off.
Yeah, but the play clock is all the way down to 5.
We're going to see, and Coach Longoria has to use another one of his timeouts, his last one to be exact. So the helmet came off, and there were a lot of confusion down on the field on what they were going to do. And, I mean, Guerra's walking back and forth. The official finally kicks him out. And he said the play clock was down to 4. I look up, and it's at 2-1, and Longoria calls his last and final timeout.
Yeah, so just an unfortunate situation there for the Eagles. It turned into one of those things where you're looking for a call so long, you lose track of the play clock actually starting, and then you have to burn your last timeout with 7 minutes left to go in this first half.
You burn a timeout or you lose 5, but they're already at a 2nd 11. Guerra wasn't able to do much on that one as Duffner brought him down for a tackle, a loss of 1. So rather burn your last timeout with 7:04 here in the second. It puts us at a 2nd and 11 once again. Guerra dropping back to pass. Pressure's coming. He's going to stay in the pocket, and the pass goes incomplete. Intended for number 5, Josiah Guzman, one of their receivers. You circled him on my roster, John. Tell me something about him.
Yeah, so he's their deep man. That's Guerra's favorite target. Against defensive backs like this, it's likely going to be Matthew Luna. Matthew Luna's been following him all over the field, or Justin Navarro if he decides to go into the slot. He's got a tough matchup for him tonight, but this pressure and that last play, Guerra unable to fully step into it as he had Duffner right in his face.
Once again, here we're going to try it at 3rd and 11. A quick strike is going to be tipped and deflected as that goes incomplete. Intended for another one of the receivers that you circled, Fernando Ramos. Do you have a deep threat? Is this another deep threat, or is it one of their go-up-and-get-it guys?
He's one of their quick game guys. He likes to run in, slants, something in the intermediate. They like to hit him on the drags and let him use his speed.
We saw him on the RPO, the quick slant there, but it fell incomplete. A 4th and 11 puts the Eagles punt unit back on the field once again. And there's Navarro back. We'll see if he finally gets a chance to return. Last one went close to him. It didn't go too far, but it came up at about the 40, so we'll see where this one goes. That one gets blocked as the Saber Cats jump on it quick. They're going to pick it up. Running back down the field with the ball and cruising into the end zone is Ethan Aguirre. And the Saber Cats special teams unit puts another one on the board for them. 20-0 the score stands. No flags on the play. John, we were mentioning the pressure that the Saber Cats punt return unit has been applying, and they finally get a block there.
Yeah, they finally get home. The pressure had been shown all night. That would have led that was what was leading to the shanks as the punter couldn't fully step into it and bomb one. This time it finally gets blocked and it bounces the Saber Cats' way, and the Saber Cats recover and take it for a touchdown.
Here's Wattis with the extra point. It is up and it is good. That puts it at 21-0. We take a look at the replay. We got the whole play for you. There's the block. As that even faked out our camera guy. There is, I believe I already mentioned his name, Aguirre. Senior linebacker gets a touchdown next to the stat sheet. And that puts the Saber Cats up 21-0. So all 3 phases of the game have taken an account to this one, John. The special teams unit, the offense, and the defense. And we're just waiting for the Eagles to show up. I mean, their offense hasn't shown up. Their defense has been there. Special team hasn't been on the field much. But what are you expecting from this offense on this drive after a quick momentum shifter like that?
Yeah, this offense really needs to get going and going fast. They need to find some sort of points, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown or a big special teams play to really light up the energy and get these guys going. But if they can't get going, Vela could turn this into a route pretty quickly.
We saw Wattis on the last kickoff take it to a touchback. We'll see if he does that again or he gives the returners a chance on a pooch. And there is a booming kick. It's going to be fielded down at about the 4-yard line. That's number 4 on the return, Pedraza, making guys miss. You said a big return. He couldn't make that last one miss as he had a whole sideline of green grass waiting for him. That sets up the Eagles back once again at their own 19-yard line. Most of their drives hasn't been started, past their 25, John. Only that one that was a touchback. And then the other one, they had a punt down here. So let's take into account how many yards they've lost there on those possessions, on plays like that.
Yeah, and it all starts with Vela. They had the opening drive. And they turned the ball over just outside the red zone. And then the Eagles couldn't do anything, so they had to punt it away around the 50. Then Vela couldn't do anything, so when they punted it back, they were inside the 15. So just a battle of field position all night long, and it showed so far.
Yeah, Guerra hands it off to Valdez. It goes for nothing. It goes back to the original line of scrimmage at least. It brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Looking for a prayer here. Second and 10. Under 6 minutes now, 6:04 to be exact. As Guerra, play action pass, gets his receiver down. That is Pedraza, who just had the kick return. He's going to keep fighting for yards as he goes past for a first down, and a huge play there for the Eagles. Probably one of their first downs, one of the many they've had. Probably a handful, maybe less. They get another one there as we get to 6:36 on the clock. First and 10 for the Eagles at their own 30-yard line. Guerra dropping back to pass. Pressure comes by Duffner. Evades a tackle. No flag as the Eagles fans want it, and here he is back for another one. He came back for seconds and he got it. That was actually number 95 on the tackle. Joshua Gallegos, one of their senior defensive linemen there. Misses the first one. Comes back for seconds like a Thanksgiving, which is coming up very soon, but trick-or-treating first on Sunday. Everyone be safe out there if you're going to do any of that activity.
Yeah, no, that was Gallegos. He just all-around hustle, and you see it on this defense, on all three parts of it, the D-linemen, the linebackers, and the secondary. They hustle everywhere they go, and Gallegos shows it there.
There's Guerra handing it off for a quick strike to Pedraza once again, and that's another first down. They lost 6 on that last one, and they gained 17. It sets them up with a 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line, starting to move the ball now. We're seeing a lot more quick strike passes, which is going in their favor, which is something you got to do when the pressure's just in your face like that. Got down to the 4-minute mark. Guerra once again, as he's gonna strike it out to his receiver. That is Ramos.
Yeah, so now the Mission Eagles offense starting to find their rhythm. Look for them to keep continuing. Whether it takes a slow drive, it doesn't matter. They do need to put points on this board because they do get the ball after the half.
They do. That is indeed a fact. As we're just going to be once again down on the field.
Juan Valdez on the carry there. Going to be a gain of about 11. It's going to set up the Eagles with another first down there.
So a first down and a timeout. This time it's not the Eagles. It is the Saber Cats taking one with 3:36 left. We're going to take one as well. Be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Race Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Back after the timeout, 3:36. Vela up 21-0. Eagles finding their rhythm late in the second, as we're going to see if they can tack on 7 just before the half. Here they are faced with a 1st and 10 at the Saber Cats 44-yard line. Guerra handing it off to his running back. That's number 22 on the carry, Valdez. Bouncing off the defensive lineman, cutting it outside, and eventually falling forward for a gain of about 2.
Yeah, so
going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
Ethan Aguirre on the tackle there. He's the one who got he picked up the block punt and ran it back to the house there. So now he's in on defense.
Making plays in every sort of way. Every player wants to do. They want to get a highlight film. They want to get a good little huddle film at the end of the season to send off to colleges whenever you're in your senior year. Here we are. Guerra, quarterback keeper, taking it for himself, pushing forward as a lineman and defense, offensive defense alignment. They're just going at it, and eventually he's going to fall forward. We'll see if it's for a first down as the official waves his hand in the air, and he's going to signal over the chain crew to move down 10 more yards. A huge play there for the Eagles. They're down to the 2:37 mark here in the quarter. In the second, another 1st and 10. And once again, Guerra looking for the outside, gonna look it down the middle. You said Guzman was one of their speedy wide receivers, and we see him there. A huge play for the Eagles, sets them up with another 1st and 10, John.
Yeah, so now they're starting to find, or Guerra starting to find his rhythm, starting to hit his receivers in stride, getting the timing back.
That's one thing you got to be when you're a quarterback and receiver. You spend the off season, you spend the summers, you spend the spring practices, the fall camps, and working on timing, and it shows up right there. The perfect strike, the perfect ball, and a 1st and 10 for the Eagles. They got 17 yards to go for pay dirt, and we're down under 150. Guerra, play action, looking to the end zone, finds his receiver. That goes incomplete for Fernando Ramos. One of their deep threats on a slant route. You mentioned that earlier, and here he is there, unable to come down with it. That stops the clock with 1:43. Second and 10 now for the Eagles once again. A fumbled snap, but Guerra jumps on it quickly. Able to recover his own fumble and mistakes. Once again, we saw a fumble by the Saber Cats, and it went the Eagles' way. This one, Guerra was able to jump on it quickly, and they set up with a 3rd and 11 now. It's the little things that can turn a football game around, John.
Yeah, and especially on a drive where it's been mostly about the timing and all that. That sets you behind the chains. 3rd and 11 now. Now you've got to get something out of your comfort zone and take a shot here.
As we have a timeout called just before the motion man was able to get back and lined up, set up. So that timeout called by the Saber Cats. They have one more left with 1:09 left to play here in quarter number 2 as we get ready for the halftime. We'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
Real Sports Live.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
And we are back. 1:09 after the timeout called by the Saber Cats. They have one more left. The Eagles have none, as Coach Longoria had to use his on a confusion play back here. But here we are, 3rd and 11, overcoming everything. They need 11 yards to get a fresh set of downs. Pressure coming from the right side. Guerra rolls out, helmet pops off once again, but he stays on his feet. And the Saber Cat coach is on the sideline, throwing their hands in the air, signaling for a flag. We're gonna see what the officials discussing it down on the field. John, what do you think they saw? What do you think the coaches saw?
So what the coaches are asking for is once the helmet comes off of a player, the player has to stop.
He cannot get forward.
He cannot continue the play. If the play is on, if he continues to play on, it is a penalty due to the fact that an injury could happen.
So we'll see if we get a flag thrown late. We're going to keep an eye on that just in case we see a yellow object flying through the air. It looks like nothing's going to be thrown. They're still discussing down in the field. Coaches now coming onto the field for the Saber Cats. They really want those, what is it, like 5 yards? What would it be? And there's a flag, John. It gets thrown late.
So this could either go either way. This could either be a helmet-to-helmet shot, or it could be continue to play without the helmet. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be called. I know the Mission fans, we heard them on the crowd mic there. They were begging for the helmet-to-helmet shot, so we'll wait and see what it is here.
And here's the official. If the crowd starts saying some vulgar language, we're going to shut it off really quick. So here's the official on the call, explaining it right now to Coach Campbell what the call is. Might be on his Saber Cats if he's getting an explanation like that. And you see Coach Campbell kind of just like, come on, man, what's going on?
So both coaches get an explanation, and both coaches extremely fired up. So I'm waiting for the call here.
I'm excited for this. There's Longoria. He is pissed. We see him on the camera now. Took his headset off as he's calling for a first down that might be on the defense. He's not liking what the play is called. He's pacing back and forth. And one of his coordinators now trying to get clarification on what it is as we turn it back over to the head official with Coach Campbell. They're just be like, okay, the ball was there and he moved there, but you can't do that. But we're going to see what we can do. So here's the official on the call. Coach Campbell trying to go back for more clarification. There's Longoria down, giving his 2 cents once again. A lot going on here with the final minute in the second quarter, John. I mean, no, it is a very intense game. The Eagles can't win district with this one, but they can knock off the Saber Cats from having a perfect season. So that's another thing that they really want to do, spoil their homecoming at that too. There's Campbell putting his hands in the head like, come on, man. Looks like it might be an ejection. They have number 8 on the field. That's Joshua Garcia.
Yeah, so still waiting and seeing what's officially going to happen. Long discussion here.
Coach Campbell is there. His other assistant coach is like, hey, come on, man. What's going on? That's probably the longest longest discussion I've been a part of. Not that.
What?
So it's against Mission, John. It's a personal foul on the Eagles. I'm not sure what the final one was.
Yeah, no. So it was the continuing to play without a helmet on.
That's what they called
so
it.
Then that's 15, and that's going to back them up out of field goal range. So we'll more than likely see the offense back out in the field due to the fact that they're so close and you don't want to punt it away.
Mission fans, I mean, you heard them on the crowd mic. I'm not going to repeat that, but they didn't like the call. They're standing up, booing the officials, giving their 2 cents in like they're going to make a difference. So that brings up a 4th and forever. So like Saber Cats were in this same exact situation. It's too far for a field goal, but too close for a punt. There's Longoria back on the field once again, trying to figure out what was going on. As he gets an explanation this time from the head judge.
Yeah, so a long delay here. We'll eventually get back underway. This is out of our control. This is something that's going on the field, folks.
Something entertaining too. We got to see both coaches, 2 sides of the coin. At that. There's Longoria going back to the field, and there's the head judge. We'll see what he does. If he's going to call another. No, he's going to get lined up. There we go. He's giving the signal like, let's get lined up. Let's get ready to go. It's the Eagles' ball. It's quarterback. New quarterback in, actually, because Guerra had to take a play off. It is Diego Salinas, their backup. And the play clock rolls, and so does the game clock. Dropping back to pass, rolling out to the right-hand side, and he gets swallowed up quickly. Who's that on the tackle? That's number 95. That's Gallegos once again. At quarterback was Diego Salinas. Able to scramble out, get a couple more. So they got to repeat that 3rd down. So now it's a 4th and 20. And they're at the 28-yard line, and the offense is back on the field. Still too far for a field goal, too close to punt. And we're down to about 19 seconds, or 15 seconds actually.
Guerra re-enters the game. Before anything, we're going to have a timeout from
And
Edinburg
another
Vela.
one. Edinburg Vela calling their final timeout. There's no more timeouts for either side of the ball. So that's going to take us to one, and then we're going to be back with hopefully the last couple of plays of the first half here on Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc. You're gonna find.
And we're back here after the timeout and a long intermission, I guess you could say that. Probably could have been its own halftime. 17 seconds left, 4th and 20. Guerra dropping back to pass, back in at quarterback, and the pressure comes quickly, and he is brought down. Not brought down, but he's gang tackled. That was number 99, Jake Duffner, getting to the pressure early as the play clock stops with 10 seconds left.
So Duffner, I've called him, I was able to learn the name last year during baseball season. An excellent baseball player as a young sophomore, now in his junior year. Showing his stuff off on the football field. Has done an excellent job all year. And that's his first sack tonight. He has a couple pressure and a couple more tackles tonight as well.
Shaping out to have a good night for Duffner. But the offense is back on the field with 10 seconds left. We look like, I mean, they're lined up. Rivera's way back. Two-back set. Might just be a quarterback kneel. And it is. So that's going to take us to the half. And we're here at halftime, John. 21-0, the Saber Cats lead. Ladies and gentlemen, set your game or set your timers to 28 minutes. That's when we're going to be back officially for the second half. But there is homecoming festivities for the Saber Cats, so it's going to take a little bit longer. We're also going to be running the first half highlights. There's not much. It's been a huge defensive game, so not much offense highlights, but there's a good amount of defense highlights. As well as John and I, we're going to talk about what the Eagles can do differently, defensively, special teams, as well as Vela, offensively, defensively, and special teams. Slow start for both, but they found the rhythm late. We're going to be back with the halftime in just a moment.
The best high quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles, how about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Orange Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We're Los Redcoats Volleyball, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
We're the Lifer Cheerleaders, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K-3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And Luke for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white Velas. Our vision is crystal clear. Luke for your motors, we're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Red Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Santa Rosa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation
and a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
We are Edinburg, Vela, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We're Los Rectos Volleyball and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
We're the Life for Cheerleaders and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white Velas. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Real Sports Live halftime show, brought to you by Luke Faria RGV. We're here at Richard R. Flores Stadium, the site of tonight's game. Vela, Saber Cats leading 21-0. Offense picked up a bit late as the defense for the Eagles has been, pretty good up to this point. A couple of points, only 2 offensive touchdowns allowed John. One was on special teams, so we can't put the blame on the defense for that. Let's talk about the Eagles. They're down 21-0. What's Coach Longoria talking to them at the halftime right now as they were getting their offense going late? Defense stepping up pretty big here in tonight's game.
Yeah, so they just need to keep that momentum from the defense, from the offense, riding on. I know they didn't finish with any points to finish out that half, but they put together a pretty long drive that was negated by a penalty, and a weird sort of penalty that kind of threw off everything in this game. It sent us into about a 10-minute waiting period when Mission had already established their rhythm and everything had started to get going. So that penalty late kind of killed it. But, Mission needs to keep riding the momentum there and put together something here to start out the second half.
Yeah, exactly. That last penalty that was on for what seemed like forever, it could have been its own halftime show is what I was saying. Both coaches getting an explanation. Eventually, it did not go the Eagles' way, and they came out with a 3-and-out. So that puts us to where we are now, 21-0. The Saber Cats defense on special teams, as mentioned, they had a huge defensive stop. So a 3-and-out, we could say it was a drive just before they got their momentum going for the Eagles offense. They get an end zone quick, and they go up 21-0. So now let's talk about the offense. For Vela, it's always a quick start. They're always firing off on all cylinders when they come into a game. They're ready to go. And today it just seems weird. It seems like everything's off. For the offenses, they got a 3-and-out. They missed the extra point, or they missed the field goal on the first drive. The second drive, they got a touchdown, and their next couple, they haven't been able to put up any points up until this point.
Yeah, no, it's been a kind of a weird start for the Vela offense, but that's largely in part due to Luis Balderas, who already has about 5 tackles in tonight's matchup. He flies around. He's been putting away the running backs at or behind the line of scrimmage. He's done an excellent job for the Mission defense. And in the back end, Briseño has done an excellent job keeping the deep threats at bay, and in the man coverage, they're starting. You saw them starting to lock up those comeback routes that Campbell connected early on. So the Mission defense just doing an extremely good job, just not getting enough rest time to stay off the field.
Yeah, that is true. I am looking back at when the Saber Cats, their second closest game, I guess you could say, when they started slow, or when they won back in a couple weeks ago, it was against the Raiders out of North. They won 24-0 in that one, but a slow start there. Their whole team, offense, special team, defense, only put up 14 in the first quarter. After that, they went scoreless in the second, and they came back with a touchdown in the third and a field goal in the fourth. Is that something we're going to see tonight? I mean, obviously it's not going to be 24-0, but we never know.
So Coach Campbell's one of the best in the Valley making adjustments at halftime. I saw it last year when these two teams played. It was 10-7 at halftime, and then the Saber Cats came out at halftime. For the second half, and the offense looked completely different. And so we'll see what changes both coaches are going to make defensively. Eagles trying to keep everything the same, just trying to get more rest on the offensive side.
And another thing that we can't neglect or we can't ignore, the penalties.
Yes. Yeah, both sides is really eating them up. Both sides. I wouldn't doubt if both sides are about 100 yards deep in the penalties. It's been a pretty sloppy night on both ends, and look for them to get cleaned up here in the second half.
As we mentioned, this is the Saber Cats' last game in the regular season play. As they look to next week, it's going to be a bye week, and then they have playoffs getting ready to start. We don't know who's going to be in, who's going to be out just yet in other districts, or what the standings will be. I remember talking to Coach Campbell after covering the game last week. He said that it might be different because if a team wins and the district over, it's going to mess up the whole thing, or a team loses. So right now they're looking at 3 schools. And as for Mission, they have the number 2 seed in District 31 6A. So they're in. So both of these teams, 2 playoff caliber teams, able to make a run in it. And how do we look for them forward? I know Edinburg or Mission has another test next week against PSJ North, John.
Yeah, Mission's going to have a big test, and what's likely going to be for that second seed, in this district, or determining big school, small school. We know Edinburg Vela will always be a big school, will always be a small school, as they're supposed to be a 5A, but the school district brought them up to play 6A along with all the high schools. So it'll just be depending who's going to go where on the other side for both schools, and who's going to be that fourth team. It's a 3-team race between the Edinburg High Bobcats, the PSJA Bears, and the Edinburg North Cougars. So a 3-team race for that last spot could indicate where the Eagles end up, either big school or small school as well.
That is right. I'm trying to pull up the district standings right now. I don't know if you have them with you.
So at the moment, it's going to be the Vela Saber Cats on top, undefeated in district. It'll be Mission with only 1 district loss, which was to Edinburg High. Mission and PSJ North are tied for second. They each have one loss. PSJ North's only loss is to Edinburg Vela, which those 2 teams will square off next week for would likely be second place in this district. And at the end of it, it's a 3-team race between the Bobcats, the Bears, and the Cougars. And the Cougars and the Bears actually square off tomorrow night, and I'll be here for that one.
You're going to be here for that one. That's going to be a good one, as Edinburg North got an upset last week over Edinburg High School. Many thought it was going to be the Bobcats winning that one, but it ended up being Edinburg North who squeezed out. I mean, I was covering that game. It was a pretty intense game. It ended up being 21 to, or it was a weird score. It was like 12-13 at halftime, and then the final score was 20 to 12.
Yeah, so I had Coach. I'm sorry about that.
It's all right.
I had Coach Gonzalez on Wednesday for Talking Football. We talked about how it seemed like the season almost got away from him. He mentioned how he had a couple injuries that weren't really out to the public. And just a lot of factors going in through a rough 2 to 3 week skid for them. But they finally get everyone back healthy, and they come out and beat the Bobcats. So he's extremely excited for tomorrow from when we talked yesterday, and he's hoping to pull off another victory.
Should be another good one there. We're going to have that covered for you. It's actually going to be John Trevino here on the call. As we take a look ahead of our Friday schedule, our Friday slate, we have Los Fresnos at Brownsville Hanna at 7 p.m., Westaco at Harlingen South, Valley View at Sherryland High School, PSJA High School at Edinburg North, Hyde Park at St. Joseph Academy, Coffer at La Villa, Hidalgo at La Feria, Victoria West at Corpus Christi Carroll, Corpus Christi King at Corpus Christi Moody, Skidmore at Santa Rosa, Hermanville and Odom, Ingleside at Raymondville, and Monte Alto at Taft. So we got a big lineup tomorrow, and if you haven't seen our picks, go check it out at our Instagram page, or Real Sports Live, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We might have them posted there. And if you want to check out any of these games, they're going to be live on our Facebook, YouTube, and our Twitter. So make sure you go check it out. You have a whole slate of games. If you got nothing to do to Friday night, to go check out whatever game you want. We're going to have them all covered for you, either in the Coastal Bend area or here in the RGV. So that does it here for our halftime show, halftime festivities for the Vela Saber Cats, as they're doing their homecoming festivities. They're starting right now. So we're going to run highlights, and then we're going to go back to commercial until the third quarter begins here on Real Sports Live. So thank you for tuning in. We got a couple minutes left, and we'll be back after this.
Could see a jet sweep, or now they're going to motion Rivera on the backfield, so it's going to be power Rivera to the left side more than likely.
We have our Tony Romo color commentator left side for Pablo Rivera, but gets swallowed up quickly.
Ryan Rodriguez, he'll fly around. It's a great game to be a linebacker here with Valderas and Rodriguez.
There's Guerra once again, the handoff as he gets drugged down from the back. A huge tackle there. Rolls are reversed. It's Campbell once again in the backfield with Galvan. He drops back to pass, has a receiver open. It is Vega with the catch and a huge one down to the opposite side in Eagle territory.
They use a lot lately.
There's a play action pass. You said the comeback route, but it's a different receiver, and it's almost intercepted by the defense. A huge.
They are loading the box here.
Handing it off. Rivera makes a man miss, cuts it back outside, has blocks as well, and shakes off another one, and he is in for a touchdown. 6 points. Let it go down to the second quarter. Start with Houston. The fresh 12 minutes. There's Campbell handing it off. A fumble on the field, and it's going to be recovered by the Eagles. And there's the maybe three the way this game's going. Here. There's Campbell dropping back to pass. Good blocked by the offensive lineman. Has a receiver open downfield. Makes a man miss. That is Carlos Tamez. And he liked, but there he is. He opens up as his tight end. Number 85 down the field. That is Eduardo Garcia. Last one went close to him. It didn't go too far, but it came up at about the 40. So we'll see where this one goes. That one gets blocked as the Saber Cats jump on it quick. They're going to pick it up. Running back down the field with the ball and cruising into the end zone is Ethan Aguirre. Pressure comes by Duffner. Evades the tackle. No flag as the Eagles fans want it. And here he is back for another one. He came back for seconds and he got it. 10. And once again, Guerra looking for the outside. Going to look it down the middle. You said Guzman was one of their speedy wide receivers, and we see him there. A huge play.
Here could see a jet sweep, or now they're going to motion Rivera on the backfield, so it's going to be power Rivera to the left side more than likely.
We have our Tony Romo color commentator left side for Pablo Rivera, but gets swallowed up quickly.
Ryan Rodriguez, he'll fly around. It's a great game to be a linebacker here with Valderas and Rodriguez.
There's Guerra once again, the handoff as he gets drugged down from the back. A huge tackle there. Rolls are reversed. It's Campbell once again in the backfield with Galvan. He drops back to pass, has a receiver open. It is Vega with the catch and a huge one down to the opposite side in Eagle territory.
They use a lot lately.
There's a play action pass. You said the comeback route, but it's a different receiver, and it's almost intercepted by the defense. A huge.
They are loading the box here.
Handing it off. Rivera makes a man miss, cuts it back outside, has blocks as well, and shakes off another one, and he is in for a touchdown. 6 points. Let it go down to the second quarter. Start with Houston. The fresh 12 minutes. There's Campbell handing it off. A fumble on the field, and it's going to be recovered by the Eagles. And there's the maybe three the way this game's going. Here. There's Campbell dropping back to pass. Good blocked by the offensive lineman. Has a receiver open downfield. Makes a man miss. That is Carlos Tamez. And he liked, but there he is. He opens up as his tight end. Number 85 down the field. That is Eduardo Garcia. Last one went close to him. It didn't go too far, but it came up at about the 40, so we'll see where this one goes. That one gets blocked as the Saber Cats jump on it quick. They're going to pick it up. Running back down the field with the ball and cruising into the end zone is Ethan Aguirre. Pressure comes by Duffner. Evades the tackle. No flag as the Eagles fans want it, and here he is back for another one. He came back for seconds and he got it. 10. And once again, Guerra looking for the outside. Gonna look it down the middle. You said Guzman was one of their speedy wide receivers, and we see him there. A huge play.
Here could see a jet sweep.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Ray Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation,
and a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
We are Edinburg, Vela, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Vida, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Vida, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rod Rodriguez and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
We're Los Rectos Volleyball and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
We're the Life for Cheerleaders and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for a fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white Velas. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here at Fruya, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Ray Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
There is a feeling you get when you walk onto a campus.
A sense of love, compassion,
and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
Both teams running back onto the field, and it only means one thing, John. We're back from halftime. Little camera malfunctions early on, or later on after our halftime show, but hey, we got it squared away. We're ready for a good half of football as the officials throw a flag. It's going to be a delay of game on the Saber Cats as their halftime show went on a little too long. So we got a flag on the field before anything happens, before any players are even on the field. John?
I'm not sure I've ever seen that happen. I've only seen that in basketball with once the official gets there, no more dunks. That's the only rule that's the only other rule I've been aware of. But
today I was watching the Tale of Two Cities when the Cowboys and the 49ers were going at it back in the 90s, way before our time anyways. And they were showing a part where there was flags thrown on the field before the game started because of unnecessary. They were going at it because they hated each other so much. And when you say that's the only time I saw, I'm like, well, no, I saw it today. And then it happens again. So like there it is. But here we are, nonetheless. Juarez lined up to kick at their own 35 this time. There's 12 minutes on the clock. We're back from halftime. 24 minutes of football begins now. The kick is away, and it's going to be taking a bounce at the 10. A touchback, John. The Eagles are on offense first after declining to the second half. So talk to me.
Yeah, so they really need to get something going. They could come out with a trick play here, a toss pass, a double reverse pass, something. But they really need to get their offense going, give their defense some rest. Defense pretty well rested after a little bit longer of a halftime, as we saw the penalty there to start this half. But this offense really needs to get going. I know it's 21-0, but they're still in this ball game. It's not like it's completely out of reach. Their defense is playing well enough where 3 scores is still manageable.
Different offense here as we have a trips to the right for Guerra. It's going to be a quick swing to the outside pass, and he has a receiver covered up pretty nicely like a blanket. It's getting a little chilly out there. Not what we are used to. I mean, not what the upper valley is used to, or the upper states are used to. But I mean, it's nice for us. You know, some people have some jackets out, some people have some long sleeves on. But it's perfect football weather on a Thursday night. Doesn't get better than this.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't. We're getting in that part of the year where daylight savings time is getting close. Sun's going to start to go down a little bit earlier. It's that perfect time for football.
And there is Guerra once again handing it off to Martinez, trying to spin out of some tackles, but there he is, number 7, Navarro, making another play in the backfield for the Saber Cats. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 now, 3rd and 9 after a gain of 1.
Yeah, so Mission really needs to dig into something here to get this first down, or ultimately just try. I know you probably won't go for it here, but maybe a fake punt, something to get the juices back on the sideline.
Trips right once again for Guerra. He's accompanied by Martinez in the backfield. One receiver split to the left-hand side. Let's see what's drawn up. He drops back to pass. Pump faking, but his decision-making and second-guessing pays off. Does not pay off for him. As doing a little dance back in the backfield is number 42, Daniel Arce, making another big tackle there for the Saber Cats as they force the Eagles with another 3 and out to start off the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, so this Vela defense really flexing those muscles all game, and they continue to do so here. Now watch this punt unit here. They've had a lot of pressure. They had one blocked for a touchdown. Now Mission's backed up here.
See what they can get going there. They switch it up on the left-hand side. It's Montes. A high snap, and they're just going to let him punt it away. It's going to take a bounce at about the 46 or 37, and it's going to roll all the way down to the 50-yard line, the opposite 49. So I guess you could say they flip fields, John, even though it's a yard. Now last punt. Stops the clock with 2:20 or 10:27.
Yeah, so for the first time tonight, Vela plays for the return, unable to get the return as It was a little bit too close for Novato's comfort, and that's going to bring out the offense at the Edinburg Vela 49.
So there's Chase Campbell in the backfield with Clow and Galvan. He motions over his tight end. He's going to fake play action once again. There's the out route. That goes for number 1, Pablo Rivera. So the man who can play running back, who can play special teams, can also play wide receiver. The jack of all trades for Coach Campbell.
That one's going to go for 9 there. 2nd and 1 for the Saber Cats.
(10:18) on the clock now. It's 21-0. The Saber Cats are faced with a 2nd and 1. Motions over the tight end, and it's going to be a handoff to the right-hand side. Rivera gets it and has blocking as well. He leans forward for a 1st down and more as he passes a 30-yard line. Or they're going to be marked exactly at the 30-yard line.
So gain of 11 there. Fresh set of change for the Saber Cats. They'll take over nearing the red zone here. 1st and 10 from the 30.
10-13 now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching from wherever you're watching from, your home, your workplace, if you're working this late, let us know where you're watching from, and we'll give you a shout out personally from us to you. That's a new running back in the game. That's number 28, Jamal Poley. He's in the backfield for the Saber Cats on that last run, and he's going to jot off the field now.
Yeah, so Polly, another sophomore here. That's the 2nd sophomore that we've seen in a big spotlight here tonight.
Saber Cats faced with a 2nd and 5 after a 5-yard gain there. They'll be at their own, the Eagles' 25-yard line. Play action pass. Instead of the comeback, it's a fade Vega. That's incomplete. And that stops the clock with 9:29. Here with a 3rd and 5. John, do we have a run or another play action pass here?
We'll probably see just a straight up pass. We've seen it a lot where Campbell hasn't hit his man down the field or on a deep shot. He's just been a tad bit overthrown. This time he throws it out of the end zone, unable for Vega to make the grab there.
We have a couple people watching right now, 306 on YouTube to be exact. Campbell hands it off to Rivera, the right-hand side, going nowhere as he's swallowed up quickly. That's number 23 on the tackle. That's Jude Jaime, their outside linebacker. John, you got any notes on him?
Yeah, no, he's made a couple big plays tonight. That's his, I believe that's his 2nd tackle for loss on the night. He's done an excellent job not really letting DeVetta or any of the backs get around the edge.
That brings up a 4th and 9, a huge loss there for the Saber Cats, but the offense is going to stay on the field. What's that situation you said?
Too short to punt, too long to kick.
And there it is, 4th and 9 at the Eagles' 29-yard line, and here comes the flag. Eagles are pointing at the lineman like it's going to be a false start, and that is the call. Saber Cats going back 5 more now. It's going to bring up a 4th and 14. We mentioned in the halftime that we got to clean up penalties, especially this late in the season. And the false starts is one of the easy ones to clean up. You just got to look at the ball and then move when it snaps.
Yeah, just a little bit over anxious there on a 4th down play. That's usually the reason for any false start there.
So there the Saber Cats with a 4th and 14. Time rolls down. It's 8:53. Campbell heaves it deep to Vega. Pushes off just a bit, but it goes incomplete. And another 3 and out. We'll call it a 4 and out for the Eagles, John. Both teams have had a possession, and both teams had to punt it away or go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, no, defense is still standing strong here. This defense is keeping mission in the game. And the offense, like I said earlier, to start off this half, the offense really needs to get going.
Offense needs to step it up. Exactly that. Sorry for cutting you off, John.
No,
we do have Narcio Martinez watching from outside the stadium. So, Mr. Martinez, thank you for watching. And we have Justin Cantu, a former receiver here at Vela. He's watching from his dorm room up in UTSA. So, quick shout out to the both of you. 8:47, Eagles back on offense for their 2nd drive of the 3rd quarter. Quick strike to the outside goes incomplete. That's intended for Guzman on the quick slant strike. You said their speedy receiver hasn't seen much of the ball lately here. He saw 1 pass in the 1st half, and it's been pretty quiet from him after that.
Yeah, he's got a tough matchup with it's Navarro and Matthew Luna just following him out there depending on where he goes. So a tough matchup for any receiver down here.
Saber Cats hold the first down play to a 2nd and 10. 8:44 now. It's going to be a quick handoff down to the right-hand side as he bounces it out. It's Martinez. Coming up for the tackle is number 8, Joshua Garcia, senior defensive back.
Yeah, it's a big open field tackle. Garcia also was the one who blocked that punt earlier in the ball game, so he's had himself a nice night so far.
We do have another one, Ernesto Almares. He's watching his nephew play from Washington State. We're going worldwide, even though it's in the USA. Come on now. 8:09, 3rd and 7 for the Eagles. They need a conversion here. Pressure coming. Guerra steps up, has to throw it away as that pass goes incomplete. He was looking for Ramos down on the sideline. And number 11 was there, Miguel Ibarra, the defensive back. The senior defensive back. That stops the clock with exactly 8 minutes here. And a 4th down. So another 3 and out for the Saber Cats here as they force the Eagles to punt once again. A high snap, not able to get there, but they get a, looks like they got a tip off, but that wasn't the case. And it's going to take an Eagle bounce, bouncing to the right-hand side. Navarro teasing as he wants one, John.
He's probably not going to see one for the rest of the season.
Probably is not. After last week's performance, probably not. We have Luis Luna watching from Dallas. There. Dallas, Texas. Here come the Saber Cats back on offense with 7:41 left to play in the 3rd quarter. A little quicker paced 3rd quarter, won't you say, John? I mean, at this time in the 1st quarter, it was still 3 and outs, but both teams probably had about 4 possessions at that time. That's a swing pass out to Galvan, the right-hand side. He's going to go out of bounds, and the clock's going to stop with 37 seconds. 7:37, excuse me. So 1st and 10 for the Saber Cats as they're going to be moving the ball down the field here. They're working. We got David Morales saying, "Go Eagles." He's watching from Wiley, Texas. We have Sebastian Balderas watching from the ER. Hope you're doing all right, Mr. Balderas. We got Eddie Luna watching from Dallas, also an ex-Saber Cat. You played with him, John. Campbell trying to find somewhere to go as he escapes pressure once again. Finally rolling out to the right-hand side, and he's going to go for positive yards on that. You look like you're in shock, John.
Yeah, no, he's been able to showcase his legs, but not to that extent. That's an extremely athletic play. It looked like they would have him for a loss of about 6. He's able to turn into a gain of 2.
And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Saber Cats now. We're down to 7:31. And the Saber Cats looked like they were going to go down for a huge loss. Campbell able to use his feet to escape pressure. And now they're here faced with a 2nd and 8. They're going to hand it off to Rivera down the left-hand side. Flags fly into the middle of the field. And we do have a player down as well. And never mind, he's back up. It's going to be a flag on the play. Here's the official with the call. So it is going to be a holding on the offense. And I just looked into the stands. I wonder who was making that little noise, John. I thought it was a little cowbell. But it is actually a frying pan with a spoon.
Interesting.
Now that's something I've never seen before. Clock continuing to roll down, 7:15 and counting. Campbell dropping back to pass. Quick strike out to Tamez on the outside. It was a 2nd and 18. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 12 maybe. Maybe 3rd and 13. Let's see where they spot it. 3rd and 12 exactly. He's going to go out of bounds with 6:53.
Saber Cats going to bring in an extra tight end here as the frying pan, the spoon going crazy at the moment.
Gamble dropping back to pass, heaving it deep, has Rivera open, and he catches it at the 10 and cruises into the end zone untouched. A touchdown for Pablo Rivera, number 7 for the Saber Cats. And the Eagles side is stunned in silence as they had blown a coverage there. It puts them at 27-0. As we're going to take a look at the replay right after this, after the extra point by Wattis. Kick is up by Wattis, and it is through the uprights. And here's the instant replay. There's Rivera on the top of your screen, the lone receiver. Extra protection helped out. As he blew by the corner at the 15, he caught it. And a huge play there. That puts the Saber Cats up 28-0. We'll be back with a kickoff after this here on Real Sports Live.
Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms.
And we're back here after the touchdown, the extra point by Pablo Rivera. We do have some more people to shout out. We have Victor Lira watching from Jalisco, or Guadalajara, Jalisco. As Juarez kicks that away to the 20, going to be fielded and brought back out. Looking for blocks. There's Martinez trying to cut it back in, but he gets drilled at about the 29-yard line. We have David Solis watching from Corpus Christi, and the Vela Sr. He's watching from Mission, Texas. He's watching his grandson play the linebacker on Mission, number 42. That's not Daniel Arce, excuse me. That is, it's not on our roster, John. So shout out to you, Mr. Rene Vela Sr. Here are the Eagles on offense at their own 30-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Martinez, and he's going to fall down after the handoff, tripping on one of his linemen. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 now. Eagles with a 2nd and 10 here. Dropping back to passes, get a quick strike out to the tight end as he's going to go for a couple. That's number 85 on the reception, Eduardo Garcia. Garcia is going to give the Eagles some breathing room as they get out from the 2nd and 10 situation. They're going to be faced with a 3rd and 7 as we go under 6 minutes here in quarter number 3. Handoff, play action pass, quick strike. There is Guzman who drops it as he was going to be sure enough for a 1st down and a fresh set of downs for the Eagles.
Yeah, so just couldn't survive the ground. Excellent coverage from, I believe that's going to be Matthew Luna once again. Luna with the pass break up there, able to send the Mission offense back to the sidelines.
So it brings up another 4th down punt for the Eagles. A high snap the last time. Vela almost got there for another block. We'll see if it's a repeat of the last time. Navarro back to return once again. Perfect snap, and it's a low punt. It's going to take a bounce. Not in Navarro's favor, though. It's going to go right back, as he probably would have taken that out if he had the opportunity to. It stops the clock with 5:23, and we see the Saber Cats back on offense. After a quick strike to Rivera, they're back once again up 28-0.
Yeah, no, that offense now starting to find their rhythm. They miss Vega on the deep shot, and then they turn around and hit Rivera in stride to find the end zone. So we'll likely see a couple runs here from Rivera, and then they'll take another deep shot once they get closer to the 30-35.
Rivera and Galvan, they're 1-2 punch in the backfield right now, accompanied with Campbell. They're going to hand it off. Play action pass, another comeback route. It is there, but too low. It goes out of bounds, and it only shaves off 5 seconds on the play clock, or the game clock, excuse me.
Yeah, so what I think happened there is I think the receiver might have ran a little bit too far up the field on the comeback. It seemed like Campbell was asking him, why'd you go so far? It seemed like they have that timing down to perfection. So it's something that a split second too long, and the time is not there anymore.
Yeah, it's always on a comeback route. It's always go to 12, push to 12, come back to 10, and the ball's going to be perfectly in your hands. That wasn't the case there. As Clown motions out, Rivera flares out. He's wide open in the flats, but he's going to hit Vega down with a 5-yard hitch route, who turns it into a first down and more. A gain of about 16 there. As a lot was going on in that play, Campbell had a lot of options to throw to, as he's actually talking to Coach Campbell right now. That's Chase Campbell talking to John Campbell. No relation, I don't think so, between the both. Just a coincidence. As we go under 5 minutes. It's another 1st and 10 here for the Saber Cats. Hand off to Rivera to the left-hand side, hits the hole with speed, and he's going to be going for a gain of about 4. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
Jude Hyman coming up on the tackle. Also doing a great job from the tight end position, blocking tonight. Number 13, Jaden Dewan, and number 9, Jackson Shute.
So a 2nd and 6 it is for the Saber Cats. They are faced with the Eagles defense once again applying pressure in the first half, and they're looking to do it once again here in the second. It's going to be handoff to the right-hand side. Rivera has a man coming down, shooting the gap quickly. That is number 26. That's Robert Hernandez on the tackle there, one of their defensive backs, evading the block by the receiver and getting a tackle for loss there. Only 1 yard was lost in that play. It was a 2nd and 6, now it's a 3rd and 7. But the play clock continues to roll. We're down to 3:45 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Pretty fast quarter, John.
Yeah, I know both teams really starting to run the ball, and not too many incompletions, not so many penalties. That's the big thing that we highlighted earlier as to why this game had gotten so long.
Campbell, play action. Not able to find it. He's going to throw it away, and the pass is intended for Tovar. Able to escape an intentional grounding there as the tight end was able to come back to the ball there. Good, smart play. And also evade a sack, which would have been a huge loss. It's a 4th and 7. Could have been a 4th and about 20. But Campbell threw it out, and that clock stops with 3:20 now. John, say you're saying one more time so the people know.
It's too short of a punt, and you're too far for field goal range.
Amen. There's Campbell with a 4th and 7. He draws back to pass. Pressure's coming. Has Rivera once again. It's intercepted down at the 4-yard line. That is number 21. I believe that is number 28, actually. Guess who that is? Luis Briseño making a play. One of your star players that you circled on my roster, on yours as well. A big defensive player there for the Eagles, and he comes up big on that drive.
Yeah, no, it was seemed like it was a miscommunication on the route there. Briseño perfectly fitting over the top just in case Rivera was able to make it that way.
We're going to get our feedback real quick. It cut off, but here we are. We're good to go. You want to continue what you were saying?
Yeah, so Briseño was sitting over the top, no worries. And he felt in a perfect situation. Campbell's pass went right to him.
Yeah, it was double covered, so it intercepted. Someone had to come down with it. So here is the Eagles backed up once again. That was a story of the night in the first half, but they weren't backed up at their own 3. They got 3 yards in that last carry by Guerra. It brings up a 2nd and 7. They were at their 19, about 20-yard line, John. Here now they're at their 6-yard line. and they're backed up with this Saber Cat defense. They haven't been moving the ball much on offense. But what do we look for here for the Eagles to do?
Yeah, so it's gonna be try a lot of timing routes, maybe play action. What worked, but they never really went back to it, was those. I forgot what they're called. It's the run with a passing in the back.
The RPOs.
Yes,
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Slipped my mind there. RPOs had worked pretty well. Never really came back to it.
That pass is incomplete. That was intended for Eduardo Garcia. Once again, they're tight end. It was a tight end screen, but it got blown up. Pressure was coming in. Get had to roll out and just throw it away. Tight end redirected, but still incomplete. That clock, stop the clock with 2:25. And the Eagles are faced with another 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 to be exact. And here comes the flag. We're gonna have a false start, I believe. And it is a false start on the Eagles. So John, that puts them back at their own 1 yard line.
So I think it's because of where they're at. It's gonna have distance to the goal. That's going to set them up about 2.5, closer to 3.
So the 3 yard line it is. It brings up a 3rd and 10. Back where they are and on the first play with a 1st and 10. Here they are with a 3rd and 10. Guerra is set up in the end zone with 2 receivers to the left. It's going to be a play action handoff down the middle to Martinez, and it's going to go nowhere. That was number 34 on the tackle for the Saber Cats, Demetrio Sanchez. And that's their sophomore linebacker, John, playing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Vela defense once again forcing a 3 and out. Campbell has his first turnover of the night, and the Vela defense responds with a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, able to lift the spirits up of the offense. I mean, shake it off, quick memory loss. Only when it's a bad play, not about, you know, the good plays and stuff like that. But it's 1:45 and counting, and it's Montes back with the punt, a low punt at that. It rolls down to the 29-yard line. As you see the mission players there trying to move the wind with it, or just get some fan up and move the ball back as much as possible. That stops the clock with 1:30. And a 1st and 10 for the Saber Cats to be back on the field once again with a great field position.
Yeah, great field position once again. You could see him take a shot, a quick rhythm play. To get Campbell back in rhythm, or we could see just Rivera to the right here once again.
So the same formation, Rivera in the backfield. Next to Campbell is Galvan. Look for a play to the right-hand side. There's a play action, and here comes a comeback route once again. That goes right off the shoulder of Tamez. Covering that one was Gael Rodriguez. And that pass falls incomplete with 1:25 now in the 3rd.
Yeah, Rodriguez with extremely tight coverage there. No real window to try to fit that one in.
Yeah, it's like the Saber Cats have been running the same play on 1st down. So I mean, they see it coming. You see it quick. You see Campbell with the play action real quick, and you know the receiver is going to run a comeback. So here we are, same formation, motioning over the tight end. 2nd and 10 for the Saber Cats. Campbell dropping back to pass, flares it out to Clow. Makes one man miss, cruising past other defenders, but a flag is down on a huge play for Clow. That is number 10, Ryan Clow. You said the H back, but the flag is going to come onto the field as we wait for what the official called. Looks like it was coming from the back judge, John, so it might be a holding, might be a block in the back. What do you think?
I think it could be in the area of offensive pass interference, as one of the receivers might have been blocking down the field before the pass was thrown.
There's the officials discussing it. Camera shaking because Eagles fans stomping on the stands. And here's the official with the call. So you called it. It wasn't a legal man downfield. They're going to repeat 2nd down. They're going to get moved back. I believe 10 yards there. Or 5 yards, 5-yard loss. So 2nd and 15 now for the Saber Cats. back where they originally started. -5. Eagles fans on their feet making noise with a 2nd and 15. Campbell dropping back to pass. Evades pressure, going to take it for himself as he's just going to slide down, going back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 15.
Yeah, excellent pressure. They're able to collapse the pocket. Campbell takes the right step, steps up, moves left. Just no real room to throw anywhere. Able to fall forward for a gain of 1.
Brings up a 3rd and 14 now for the Saber Cats as we're down to about 30 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. He's going to throw one deep to Rivera, and they get the pass interference, John, down at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, so looking for Rivera on another deep shot. It's one of those passes where it gets underthrown. Rivera tries to fight back. Defensive back doesn't see it. It's going to get called every time.
The 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Saber Cats, as it's going to be from the line of scrimmage, I believe, not from the spot foul. So they're going to be put all the way up to the Eagles' own 19-yard line with a 1st and 10, 23 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Sabercats knocking on the door for another touchdown. We'll see if the Eagles decide to crack that door open and let them in. Pressure's coming from the left side. It's Campbell handing it off to Rivera, cutting it back inside, and he cruises into the end zone for touchdown number 3 of the night. Pablo Rivera gets his 3rd one, 2nd on the ground, and he has 1 in the air as well. It's 34-0, and that stops the clock with exactly 16 seconds here in the 3rd. Waters is lining up for the extra point. Snap is good, and the field goal is right through the uprights as the officials signaled it. It makes it 35-0. And we do have a flag late on the ground, John.
Yeah, that's likely going to be roughing the kicker.
That was the kicker. Job Watt is down. Here's the official on the call. That might be assessed on the kickoff. Once you're down this much, tempers start to go through the roof. That's an example right there. Just got to stay composed in situations like this. Can't let the emotions get the best of you. There's the official going, talking it over with Coach Campbell for the Saber Cats. Wait for what the call will be and what the result will be as well. Here it is.
So that one will be running into the kicker roughing. Would be the 15-yarder that would be assessing the kickoff. The running, they have the chance to decline it. They do so. Their extra point is good. Now Edinburg Vela leads 35-0.
Yeah, so Coach Campbell declining that one, so his offense or his extra point unit doesn't got to go back on, kick another one, and have the chance of missing it. So here we are, 35-0. Could have been 38, but Watt has missed that drive opener, the field goal on the opening drive for the Saber Cats. And here we are. The Saber Cats lined up on defense, but we're going to show you, or the lined up on kickoff. We're going to show you the replay of Rivera's touchdown in just a moment once the offense and defenses head onto the field. Here's Wattis, boots it away once again, down to the 5-yard line, 2 as it bounces into the end zone. And here's the replay of Rivera's touchdown. There he is, cutting it back inside, had nothing to the right side, and he hops over the line so he doesn't get tripped up. Many people get tripped up by that white line, John. You'd be surprised. 35-0, it's what it puts us at.
I myself have fallen victim to the white line, so
That's on you.
I completely understand.
That's on you. They're going to be slingshotting something up here. Look at that. They got the Mission Jero TC with a slingshot and a couple of T-shirts. Oh, man, if we can get a view of that, that'd be crazy. Here we are. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The Eagles with 16 seconds left. Guerra's going to sling it out to his receiver, or his running back, Martinez. And that's going to fall incomplete. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 now. Only 3 seconds shaved off of that last play. Here it is, another handoff down the middle to Martinez. That's actually a different ball carrier. That's number 24, I believe. Matthew Navarro, another running back on the roster for the Eagles, as the third quarter comes to an end. There's 24 or 12 minutes left of football here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. The Saber Cats lead 35-0. And what we thought at first, John, we saw the first half, you know, Saber Cats were leading, I believe it was 21-0 at halftime. And now they just gone through the gate. You know, the last couple possessions have been ended in touchdowns. We didn't see that much in the first half. I guess those halftime adjustments really paid off for them.
Yeah, like I said during the halftime show, Coach Campbell is one of those excellent coaches and really makes the adjustments that he needs to at halftime, and he's got his team going here.
And here they are. The Eagles offense haven't been able to produce much on offense. We'll see if they can do something here in the fourth quarter. Guerra rolls out to the right-hand side, has a receiver deep, and it falls incomplete as it went right through Navarro's hands. Almost landed in the basket of Joel Pedraza, but it falls incomplete, and it brings up a 4th and 7 with 11:53 here in the fourth. So the punt unit back onto the field. We'll see if anybody is back deep to receive, or they're just going to let it roll. And Navarro goes late. There's Montes with the punt. Skyrocketing punt. Navarro's might get a hand on it, but pressure was coming as he's going to step back, and it's going to be the Saber Cats on the offensive side now at their own 49-yard line with a 1st and 10. Here are the sounds of the game from the Mission High School band at Richard R. Flores Stadium. Pretty quickly. 11:45, the Saber Cats back on offense at their own 49 with a 1st and 10 here in quarter number 4. It's Campbell dropping back to pass, but a flag is going to come in right before anything happens. Here's the official on the call. Get a little bit of the Saber Cat band here in the background, John.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here's the Eagles band once again. That last penalty was an illegal shift on the offense, so it pushes them back 5 yards. A 1st and 15 for the Saber Cats now. Campbell dropping back to pass. Pressure comes, trying to escape it, but he gets brought down for a sack. That's number 8 there for the Eagles, Cristia Hernandez. A Huge play there for the Eagles as it knocks them back a couple more. It was a 2nd and 15. Now it is a 2nd and 23 for the Saber Cats. They started at their own 49, and here they are now backed up at their own 36. As a handoff to the right-hand side, Rivera's gonna get it, tries to go back the other way like he did on the touchdown run. It doesn't work this time. Jude Jaime is there on the tackle for Mission High School. Third and 22 now, a 3-yard gain. Not much there for the Saber Cats on that last play, but Rivera's going to get it again to the left-hand side, bouncing off a tackle. He's going to spin inbounds. He's going to stay in bounds as the clock continues to roll all the way down to about the 44-yard line is where they're going to spot him. It's going to bring up a 4th and about 16, maybe 15. And the punt unit's going to come on for Edinburg Vela. And guess who their punter is, John? Chase Campbell. .950 as the play clock continues to roll down. Campbell's gonna get it up and a booming kick as he can throw it as far as he punts it. It's gonna go all the way down to the Eagles' 24-yard line, just shy of the 25, exactly the 23. So both teams already had a couple shots on offense. Nothing has been produced for the Eagles all game long, John. Are we going to see anything before the game is over?
All I can hope for is that Mission A is able to get back on track with one drive late in this ball game, put together something, and get looking forward to PSA North next week.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to next week's ball game, as we do have somebody right in the screen having a conversation. Why not? There's not a football game going on. .851 as Guerra's gonna launch that one. Coverage there by Luna as the pass goes incomplete. And a huge play there. Fans looking for a flag and they're not gonna call it.
Matthew Luna once again.
Yeah, Longoria racing to the official on the side judge, looking for the call. I mean, he's getting an explanation down at the score on our scoreboard. You see him at the bottom. What were you gonna say?
Matthew Luna once again, extremely tight coverage, but playing it's textbook coverage. You play him towards the sideline, especially in a fade route like that. You play him to the sideline, push him out of bounds, and make him try to work back all the way in. He couldn't work back and come down with the ball that time.
Exactly. Well, and his brother was one of the legendary receivers here at Vela. You know, and your brother knows a thing or two about being a receiver. You get a good work in the offseason when you're hanging out together. You're doing one-on-ones there.
Yeah, so Eddie actually went on to Trinity, and they turned him into a defensive player over there. So it just shows you what type of athlete he was.
Yes. A family of athletes. The Lunas, a couple more coming up. 9:02 and counting. As we are just a bit behind on our clock, we're going to wait for it to sync up just a bit. And a 3rd and 4 for Mission. Not much in the last couple of plays. It's going to be a handoff down the middle. It's going to be just enough for a first down as the Eagles get to move the chains on that one. On the carry there, that was number 24, Matthew Novato once again. First and 10 for the Eagles at their own 35 with 8:26 and counting here in quarter number 4. Looking to put a drive together. It's going to be a play action RPO out to the right-hand side to the tight end, and that goes incomplete as Garcia drops that one once again. Not able to hold on to a lot of the receivers for the Mission Eagles tonight. Don't know if it's timing or if it's what it could be. Ball can't be slippery. It can't be that. Last week the ball was slippery. You should have seen that game, John. The one with the Bobcats on the Edinburg North. Rain came in. We didn't know if it was going to be late or not. Lightning strikes at the end of it, but it kept on going. Brings up a 2nd and 10, a run there. Brings up a 3rd and 7. As we continue to roll the clock down here in this one. Unless we see a miracle happen, the Saber Cats have this in a bag with another perfect season next to John Campbell's name. 3rd and 7 with 7:44 left to play. It's going to be quarterback keeper. Guerra is going to go up the middle, trucking a defender, but it's going to bring a 4th down. Are we in 4th down territory, John? Can you just throw in keep running the 4th down plays here?
Yeah, you're going for it no matter what. You're trying to get your offense working, trying to continue this drive and continue wearing out the clock.
Situational football is what you got to be playing for next week. The Mission Eagles have another tough matchup next week as they are going to be playing the PSJ North Raiders. The Raiders only held Vela to 24, but Vela shut him out as they get another one here tonight. And the Eagles defense letting 35 on the board. There's Guerra rolling out to the left-hand side. Pressure comes and he is sacked once again. That is number 39 on the tackle, Ryan Boteo, junior linebacker. That's going to stop the clock on a 4th down as we flip possessions once again.
So there's a flag at the top of the screen. Referees in discussion at the moment.
We have the screen on them. We're going to put the mic on them as well. The band's having a grand old time. Here's the official. So it's a holding on the Saber Cats. They're just going to enforce that right now. So it's going to be an automatic 1st down for Mission. They're going to be back on the field once again, John.
Yeah, so offense able to stay on the field. They catch a break there, and they'll look to find the end zone and put some points on the board to end this ball game.
And that puts the Mission across the 50 for probably the 2nd or 3rd time tonight. At the Saber Cats 49 with 6:44. Some fans here from Mission getting an early exit, trying to beat traffic. This game did not go the way they would have hoped for it to go. There's Guerra handing it off once again. He's going to keep it for himself. Quarterback keeper going for more. Has green grass, but the Saber Cats defense too fast as he gets swallowed up. A nice play there by Guerra. Who was that? I believe that was number 11 on the tackle, Miguel Ibarra, defensive back.
Yeah, so Guerra with a huge carry up the middle, gain of 18, able to bounce it all the way outside on the opposite side of the field. Now 1st and 10, I believe this is the furthest the Eagles have gotten into Saber Cat territory. They're down at the Saber Cat 31.
Yes, they are. 1st and 10 now, like you said. We're down to about 6:15 here on the play clock, the game clock. Saber Cat leading 35-0 under 6 minutes now. Guerra at the Saber Cats 31. Looking for a receiver open down the middle. Navarro's there, but it's going to be caught as he high steps into the end zone for a touchdown.
That's going to be Joel Pedraza. Pedraza found on a 31-yard strike. And that's going to be the momentum they're going to want to carry on into next week's game.
Late score, but hey, it's a score nonetheless. 6-4 Mission as the fans jump in joy. I mean, why not, right? You're down this much, take a shot down the field. Navarro got Moss on that last play, making a lot of plays. And there he is, as it looks like we are going to have the holder missing for the Mission Eagles punt team, as that's going to be, sign's going to be in the way. As we're going to have a timeout called, the first here in the 2nd half. We're going to be back after this with the extra point here on Real Sports Live.
The opportunity To purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after, I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown.
And we're back here after the timeout called by Coach Longoria as they were missing their placeholder. That was actually Josiah Guzman, number 5. Missing on the field, but he is here now. The extra point being attempted by Santos Moreno. And that is going to be in for 7. Extra point is good, and here's a touchdown pass from Guerra to Pedraza. We caught the whole thing.
So again, stands tall in the pocket, fires over the middle. Pedraza able to make the grab over Navarro. High step in the end zone. A 31-yard grab is going to equal 6 points for the Mission Eagles.
Yeah, now they're trailing by 28. 35-7, 5:55 to be exact on the clock. And we're going to wait for both teams to get back onto the field. Kicking it off is the Eagles for the second time tonight, as they haven't had to do that since the first half. Since the opening kickoff, John. And here they are once again. See, we're going to see an onside kick here, John, or no? What do you think? Why not, right? Why not?
You could, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
Put $1 on it. And the onside kick looks like it's going to be coming as we have an overload to the left-hand side. And a timeout comes by John Campbell as his hands team wasn't on the team, or wasn't on the field. See, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the left side if we're facing south, and 4 on the right side. So it would have been an onside kick our way, John. So I would have been $1 richer.
I am pretty positive he's a left-footed kicker.
You never know. You never know. It's a strange world we live in. Here's Vela back on the field after the timeout. Eagles still discussing what they're wanting to do with their special teams coordinator. As they're going to be bunched up right now, so we might see an onside kick. You never know. You never know. As they break out the huddle, it's going to be the same formation. 5 down to the bottom of your screen, 4 to the top, plus the kicker. And a pooch. It's going to sail down to the 15. It's going to be caught by Rivera and returned as well. A seam down the middle. Rivera hits the hole looking for a touchdown, but he's going to get brought down with a huge return there. All the way to the Eagles' 41-yard line.
Yeah, so an absolutely huge return from Rivera. Just misses one cut, and he would have found the end zone there.
One cut, and that would have done it for the Eagles, as they would have gotten up to 42. We're 41 first in the extra point. If you want to do math that way, if you want to be that specific. Quarterback in the game for the Saber Cats, as well as a running back. That is Bobby Garcia, trying to make a cut to the left-hand side, as that is going to be a nice gain there, but a flag on the play once again. That's Garcia and Poli in the background now for Edinburg Vela. Second string getting a little bit of playing time now. Going to be holding on Edinburg Vela. It's going to push him back 10 yards So what was a 1st and 10 at their own 42 is going to, or at the Eagles 42, is going to be a 1st and 20 at their own 48. Garcia in at quarterback now for the Saber Cats. He's going to be giving it off to Poli. He's going to go for a loss of 2 as the official moves back a couple of yards. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 22 now for Edinburg Vela. Mission band playing some tunes for us. Second and 22 here for the Saber Cats. Garcia, quarterback option down the left-hand side, has a hole down the middle, and he's gonna go all the way back to the original line of scrimmage and just a bit more as well. It's gonna bring up a 3rd and 8 now for Edinburg Vela. This is just a run out the clock situation for the Saber Cats. And if you're the Mission Eagles, it is a 4-down territory situation. Go for it on all 4 downs, why not? There's Garcia in the backfield with Galvan and Poli. He's gonna hand it off to the right-hand side. Galvan's gonna cut in, and he's gonna get a couple more to tack on with a 4th and about 7 maybe. See the offense stays on the field or if the punter comes on for Edinburg Vela. Looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, John. Talk to me.
Yeah, so they're probably just gonna snap this with about 2 seconds left. We might even see a timeout here.
Or we might just see a timeout, like you said. 1 timeout left for the Saber Cats and John Campbell. We're gonna be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
Furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at 1st and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And we're back here after the timeout. A 4th and 6 for the Saber Cats. Garcia's gonna keep it, makes one man miss, but gets tackled for a loss. That's gonna switch positions now for both sides of the ball. John, during the timeout, we were looking forward ahead of time to the playoffs, and we're talking about what both teams did last year. Let's start with the Eagles. They're on offense first. Why not? What did they do last year in the playoffs?
The Eagles, I covered their first round matchup against San Benito. They beat San Benito pretty handily. They won by about 2 possessions. They went in the second round, went and played in Laredo against Laredo United South and lost in a triple overtime matchup, 42-41.
Yeah, so a tough one back there for the Eagles in Laredo. But here they are. Guerra hands it off to Martinez. He's going to get swallowed up by number 44. That is Ethan Aguirre. We know what Mission did in the playoffs last year, and we're looking here at the schedule as Mission was their last game as well. for the Saber Cats last year. And then they went on to play Wessico here at home. It was a 38-33 nail-biter finish. The Saber Cats ended up pulling it off. And then they traveled to a neutral site, I believe it was in Corpus, and they faced San Antonio Brennan. They lost that one 28-3. Guerra dropping back to pass, has a receiver. Martinez stays in bounds, but we'll see if they mark him out, as they're going to stop the clock regardless, just because the chains need a move. As we're down to 2:34 here and counting. He was in bounds, so the clock continues to roll. So the Saber Cats have this win in the bag, John. They are 10-0 once again, and I believe it's the second time or third time under Coach Campbell that they are 10-0 or undefeated in district play. We'll put it at that.
Yeah, I believe this is Campbell's second perfect season as the coach for the Saber Cats. He's just done an excellent job after Coach Michael Salinas left. Michael Salinas now at Kingsville. He was my coach when at the Saber Cats, but Coach Campbell's came in, done an excellent job. He's worked well with all the kids, and the kids really enjoy him.
This is actually his third season. His first season he went undefeated, and then the year after that they had lost 2 games, I believe, and then last year, COVID year, they only played district games, so they were 6-0 there. And then this year, here they are 10-0 and on the season and 7-0 in district. I mean, they played a lot of good teams, but I mean, I guess Vela is the #1 team in the Valley right now. They beat McAllen Memorial week 1, 42-6. We thought that was going to be a good one, as we didn't know how good Vela's defensive line was going to stop that offensive attack for the Memorial Mustangs. Here it is. Pass goes incomplete to Guzman. And then they faced week 2. We were here for that one. That was against Harlingen High School. We were on the field as you, me, and Kevin Nato. And we were all talking. And we're like, hey, man, it's going to be a tough one, back and forth. But the Saber Cats came out and won it 30-3. Then they play the Raiders out of PSG North. That was a close one at that, 24-0. And then they just go on to beat their opponents 69-7. 63-12, 48-7, 51-13, and they had a forced win 2 weeks ago against Juarez Lincoln, and then last week it was Edinburg Economides 55-7. So they put on some points here in the regular season. We'll see what they can do as they got a bye week. Well, I guess we'll call it their second bye week. They played Juarez Lincoln, but that was a forfeit. So you guess you call that a bye week, right?
Yeah, definitely. And that game was canceled on a Monday, so they were notified right away that Juarez Lincoln wouldn't be able to play. They got to have the full week off. Got to get a little bit more healthy. I know they do have some people coming back after this bye week, getting ready for the playoffs.
Yeah. So now they have of course, Mission. That was a 30. Well, we're in the midst of it. 35-7. But Guerra's gonna launch that deep with a receiver open, and it goes incomplete. That was number 21, Rigo Martinez, as that stops the clock with 1:05 or 1:11 to be exact. So they got a bye week next week, and then I guess you could say they got an extra week to prepare for the playoffs, John.
No, definitely that bye week at the end. It's a little bit grueling just because you got to play 10 weeks in a row, but you feel the difference when you get ready for week 1 of the playoffs.
Especially when you're going against a competition. You're the small school and you got the big school, or however that works. Never really knew the logistics of it, but here we are. Mission looking to stay alive in 31-6A, currently in second, but they do have a very big test tomorrow. I mean, I think it all depends on what the outcome of tomorrow's game is with the Cougars and the Bears, I believe, right?
No, so Mission beat the Cougars, and I believe they beat the Bears by 1. So they have the tiebreaker over there. So I believe if they lose next week, they'll slide into that 3rd slot, and that 4th spot is a 3-team race between the Cougars, Bears, and the Bobcats.
That's a interesting one here in District 31-6A. It always is. It's always a 3-way tie for 3rd place. I mean, you always have Vela on top, and then whoever comes next. But there's Guerra with a 4th and 19. He drops up to pass, has a receiver, and there's Navarro almost picking that one off. He is pissed off as he knew he had that one in his hands going the other way. That stops the clock with 11:04. And we're going to see a couple of kneel downs. Hopefully no timeouts. I know Coach Longoria has 2 in his back pocket. And we'll see, and we'll hope he doesn't use those. So John, the question that everybody wants to know, who is your player of the game?
That's going to be Pablo PJ Vela. 3 touchdowns collectively, 2 on the ground, 1 receiving on the long bomb from Campbell. Just an outstanding game, and an outstanding player, and a great way to finish off his senior year in the regular season.
That is very true. We're going to get the camera back up, but once again, it froze on us, and here it is. Nothing has changed. You guys did not miss anything, just players getting onto the field. It's going to be Garcia taking the snap and taking the kneel down. 1 more should solidify this ball game. And we are going to be saying farewell from Edinburg, Texas here at Richard R. Flores. Saber Cats' perfect season comes and goes as they are winning this one 35-7. 10-0 season for Edinburg Vela. 38 seconds left. 1 more snap, and it should be 000s in about 30 seconds. Again, Mission High School facing PSJ North next week, and for Edinburg Vela, this is their season finale. So we're going to see them once again in the playoffs in about a couple weeks, as we're going to be covering a lot of games tomorrow. So if you got nothing to do tomorrow, well, tune in to our slate of games that we have for you. I want to thank you everyone for watching here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. Me, Brandon Guzman, and joined by John Trevino. It was a pleasure, John.
Brandon, thank you for having me.
And Eduardo Guzman on the camera. So farewell, God bless from Real Sports Live and from Richard R. Flores Stadium. Everyone have a safe trip home, and thank you for